all of a sudden it's a minority bill. That's a ridiculous argument to make.
Well, it actually is, what it is. Take, for instance, Philadelphia recently...
No, I don't want to talk about Philadelphia. Why are you sidestepping?
Here's an example. I'm just using an example. Since you pointed out a different example, I'm using my example.
Okay,
Philadelphia recently, they criminalized putting up fucking glass barricades, bulletproof barricades in stores. And their argument was that it was, it was kind of bad to have, Chinese businesses in black neighborhoods put these things up because it encouraged people to sell drugs outside. That was the argument. But all the people sponsoring that fucking bill are social justice groups. See, the idea is that Chinese businesses or Asian businesses that operate in these locations, in these black neighborhoods, are being kind of racist by having those barricades up. So, I mean, what do you think the motivation is? Do you think it's about preventing, the sale of drugs or something outside? Or do you think it's a race issue because everybody sponsoring the legislation happens to be of a certain cause? So there's the same thing here in California.
Hey guys, could you go back to yelling at each other? That was much more entertaining.
That's pretty fun, right?
Well,
I was enjoying that
source.
Hey, Jim.
I hear you're talking about the HIV legislation, the changing to a misdemeanor in California.
There was that. But by the way, Jim, I don't know if you caught that, but apparently Steve's come clean on that.
15-year-old chick. We got it, dude. It's in there.
I just had a quick thing to throw on that because I'm surprised nobody brought it up. Scott Wiener, the Democrat, tweeted this out when the bill was passed. The Senate just passed my legislation decriminalizing HIV and moving away from a discriminatory era of fear. HIV isn't a crime. #LGBT. And in a news report about it, at the bar, previously reported, Wiener and Assemblyman Todd Gloria, both Democrats from San Diego, both gay men introduced the legislation at a news conference for the San Francisco AIDS Foundation Health and Awareness Center for Gay, Bi, and Trans Men.
Oh, Steve.
Yeah, that sounds like a good argument.
Man.
Yeah, no.
I'm just having an orgasm right now.
No, Jim made it. Why didn't you know this before?
Okay, so you're wrong, Steve. Can you do us all a favor? Say you're wrong.
I never said I was wrong. I said that I hadn't seen evidence.
No, we need you to say that you're wrong now.
He really does have everyone by the balls, huh?
No, and if you guys want to...
you should be a journalist, dude, because it sounds like you're good at finding sources and shit. Yeah, you back the argument up.
If you want to look that up, that's up in the Bay Area Reporter, volume 47, number 52 from December.
Ooh, lad.
Yeah, you get
owned. Cool, nice job. Well, I didn't because you wrote an article on this and you didn't even know this, but
so far, just to make sure, you've been wrong about what you were arguing about for the past 30 minutes. You've been proven to be wrong about not sending around for definitely the past 30 minutes by what Jim just came in and said. He was wrong earlier about JonTron. You were wrong about the shit where you were lying about sending the 15-year-old girl's picture. Is there anything else you would like to bullshit to
Pretty
us
much
today
lie about everything, Tonka.
Yes, you fucking do, you little piece of shit.
At the adults table, you're earning it, dude. Keep going.
Do you need a high chair to get to the adults table, Steve?
Position of ignorance. I mean, you call me ignorant for not being able to cite this specific quote that Jim just got.
I saw the press release that they released and the rationale given there.
That's what you fucking read. You read a press release and that was all you went with.
The press release and the article
all these assumptions about medication and medicine, and here we are pointing out how that's clearly not the case, and that
you haven't pointed out.
No,
you haven't pointed that out.
Calm down, Steve. Don't get so triggered.
You've just shown that you've just shown that there probably was a big LGBT backing initially for the inception of this bill, which it sounds like based on what
you contested it.
Yeah, because I asked you for the evidence of that because I hadn't seen that, but Jim just pointed out two really good examples.
I read part of it to you.
No, you didn't, Ian. You didn't do anything. Jim just saved your ass. Ian, you have no idea what you're talking about.
You're a fucking disgrace, Steve.
You don't know the difference between a federal crime and a state crime.
Multiple organizations co-sponsored the bill.
No, he did. You're bullshitting
again, Steve. It doesn't matter if an organization co-sponsors the bill. Notice that Jim didn't come in and say, hey, this organization co-sponsors the bill. Jim brought up the person that wrote the legislation, and he pointed to a tweet that showed that he was doing it in accordance with an LGBT agenda or whatever, that he was trying to pass things to help the LGBT community.
I like how it's pretty obvious you won't take it unless like you do the source posting.
It's not a source posting. He was asking for any evidence whatsoever.
It's actually
your
pretty
idea that like if somebody co-sponsors a bill, that means that that's 100% who the agenda was sent by.
People are anti-AIDS. Do you think they passed that shit? Like, your reason that you gave was really fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm. You were contrarian for the sake of being contrarian.
I'm not being a contrarian. I'm going by the. We can read the whole press release if you want. I mean, even knowing that it was
You're
passed,
keeping out the fucking press release. Like,
even
You're
knowing
just
already
like, up in
slaughtered
the
you.
morning, it's like I gotta argue. Like that's how he is.
even knowing that it might have been passed by people that were
have a-
supporting an LGBT agenda, the rationale for it is still seems to be good. They're closing a
Do you
legal
have common
loophole.
sense? I mean, I'm just asking you for real. Do you have common sense?
What do you mean by
Because it seems
common sense, dude?
Ignore
Common sense is a
sense.
tautology thrown out by people that can't argue their positions. What the fuck are you asking me? Do you have common sense?
Yeah, it's like hey, is the sun hot? And you're like, well, prove it to me. But take a thermometer out. Oh, it's like, do I really need to?
Anytime you appeal to common sense, it's like the saddest form of like, I can't argue what I'm talking about, so just assume it's true.
You could always just make up a lie about how you didn't do it. Like
Good job, Tom.
Yeah,
Nice
you could
job,
just make
dude.
up a lie, which is the thing that you do.
Back to the corner, buddy.
No, it's true what he said about you.
So then, do you think that the HIV crime should be different than spreading all the other STDs? You think that that should be classified differently?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, because that's what the bill did. It reclassified the transmission
No,
of
it
HIV.
shouldn't be reclassified. It's a fucking STD.
It's an STD, dude.
Okay,
You can
Ian, so
spread
what
it.
I'm
Wait,
asking
why
is-
should it? Wait, why
Yeah,
should
what
it
I'm
be
asking-
different
people.
if you can
Do you
spread it
disagree?
and you're giving it to
HIV kills people? What I'm
It makes
asking
them
Well, yes,
sick.
it does. It
Sorry,
kills a lot of poor
sorry.
people,
It makes
yes.
them really fucking ill.
the
I'm so
HIV
sorry.
mortality rates have dropped significantly. It's worse to have like diabetes now than it is for HIV. What is it like? We're at like a
So that should be reclassified. So you should be able to give people crabs too, Destiny.
well,
should I
you
slow
can
down
as a
giving people
misdemeanor.
crabs?
I don't know if crabs count as like an
Do
STD.
you really think giving a person HIV and forcing them to take medication for life is the same as getting crabs?
Like, but no.
What I'm
But he's
asking
saying
you-
like spreading.
Ian, what
shit
I'm
is
asking
okay
you,
in
Ian, what I'm
general.
asking you is, do you think there should be a different penalty for HIV than every other STD? Do you think that
It
deserves
kills
its own?
people. Yeah.
Okay, herpes can kill people. HPV can kill women by ovarian cancer.
I know syphilis can kill people too.
Syphilis
Yeah.
can kill
That is
people
not. It just doesn't even scale like that. The reason they do that is because.
too. Brittany, can you just please stop talking?
No, let her
Please
explain.
stop talking.
Oh
Bitch,
my God.
Let her explain.
Every time I try to get
I
closer to
haven't
Ian,
tried
like
to
you're just
talk.
like
Is that
babbling in the
a
corner.
woman
Can't you
shut
go
the
join
fuck
Tonka
up?
in the corner and you guys can
Dude,
like play with
let
each
her
other?
explain.
That's
She's actually
even.
a good point.
That seems really off.
Okay.
Maybe you should let a woman speak, right?
Yeah.
You
No,
mind?
it's true. Like it basically, right? It's the transmission rate, and HIV is pretty high. And that's why it's
HIV transmission rate.
My
for
point
things like
was,
vaginal
the
sex
reason
is
why
not
it's
very high at all.
LGBT thing is because it probably.
Wait, hold on. No, Ian, you wrote an article on this. You think that it's easy to transmit HIV through oral or PIV
I'm not
sex?
talking about anal sex.
Okay, only anal sex. Gotcha. Okay. Do you think it's easier to transmit HIV than any other STD, than herpes or gonorrhea or syphilis via anal sex?
I don't know.
Okay.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, because you made it sound like the reason why this needed to be a felony over a misdemeanor was because its transmission
Yes,
is
because
high.
it was an epidemic.
Is it an epidemic now?
Among gay people, yes.
Do you
So-
do you realize that it's an LGBT thing? They're saying that they're like, whoa, that whole community's like, whoa, we can like, yay, they can spread it now. Is because it's a higher percentage for gay people
Mhm.
to get that because of the way that they're having sex anally.
Okay,
They're
so
spreading each other,
you
and they
think-
tend to be more promiscuous too. Like you look at gay, like you look at gay guys, and they just like tend to like go to gay bars. Like I'm not saying that straight people don't go to bars, but like they tend to be promiscuous and they like spread it around, and that's what happens. It like shows.
It's a major problem in the
So-
LGBT community. Yeah.
Okay, so if their rationale for passing this legislation is that by making it a misdemeanor, they think they can get more people to come into hospitals to get a diagnosis and treatment that would reduce, hopefully, the spreading of HIV, do you think that's a bad thing?
This is
Or do
just
you
like
think
a
they just
super
passed it
argument.
because they just want to make it easier for gay people to give HIV to other gay people?
Do you really think a lot of people are still going to go to hospitals even if they make it a misdemeanor?
So we
I would
should
hope
let
so.
people-
I mean, I can
You would
envision
hope
people,
so, yes.
but I can
Hope
also
so, but-
envision.
Try
I,
to
but
zone
you're
it because
posting
of
hypothetical.
their
I can post you. I can
baby.
post you the other side
Holy
hypothetical.
shit.
Do you think there are people that won't go to a hospital because they're worried that if they get diagnosed with HIV or some shit, they might be on like they might be on like
might be
line for, like, a
undateable,
felony or
yes.
something? What?
They would be undateable, yes.
No, not undateable, but that they could be on the hook. I'm sorry, on the hook for like a felony in the future if like something ever fucked up. That somebody could point to that and say, "Oh, well, look, he's got a HIV and he knew it in the past, and since somehow he transmitted it, now I'm gonna fucking take him to court and he's gonna have a felony and shit."
Yeah, let's decriminalize murder while we're at it, so that they go and have a better chance of confessing.
For real.
Are you and Tonka having fun over there?
No, she's got a point.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, she really does. Like you can laugh
Why did
at
it get so quiet in here? I like everybody was screaming like an hour or two ago.
Yeah,
and now it's
Andy
kinda
was
just-
pretty high strung earlier. He
No,
was telling
I
people
was
that-
yelling
Does
quite
he
a
realize
bit.
that the crime is
Tonka
knowingly
tuckered himself out. He's in the corner right now.
spreading
No,
HIV
no,
and
no,
not by
I've
accident?
Got his
resi-
little sleeping bag.
No,
he's
I've
just-
resigned. I've resigned
Bottle of
myself.
milk.
Spread HIV knowingly. That's the whole fucking point.
Yeah, you don't really get charged if you do it on accident there, Destiny. It's a nice bullshit point there.
Well, you don't. No, you don't. That was the whole point.
Yeah,
the whole point was that in order. The whole point was that
when the law is still in existence, you don't get charged if you did it by accident. It's doing it knowingly, and now they've even taken the penalty away from that. So
but the
you
thing
get
was
it.
that if you thought the legal loophole was that if you thought you had HIV before, as long as you never got tested, you can give people HIV and you can never get in trouble for it because you're not tested.
Still not going to get tested.
What?
That's the thing. They're still not going to get tested because that would make them undateable. No one wants to date a
What
pond.
was the point before about they don't want to do it because it'll be on their record? Now it's going to be on their record anyway. That point doesn't go away.
Well, now that it's on their record, they're not exposed. The idea. I can't believe this is.
Yo, what's up? Can y'all hear me?
What's up? My boy Aspen Golden.
Yo,
wait, is
how
that
y'all
Aspen
guys
Golden?
doing?
Oh shit! Never mind. I don't know who this is.
Yo.
Yo.
What? It's your boy? Like, come on.
Okay.
Zach, sorry, whoever you are.
Yeah, but you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah,
Wait,
we can hear you.
wait,
Okay,
is that
cool.
Aspen Gold?
Yeah, what's
Oh
up, dude?
fuck. Okay, your thing said Vex. I didn't know if you were like another edgy fucking.
No.
Oh shit. Okay, so the
No need to
whole
panic.
point, the goal of the law, okay, was that there might be people that won't get tested because they're afraid of exposing themselves to felony charges. By removing the felony charge, when a felony charge carries a lot of consequence with that, I don't think you're allowed to vote in elections and shit. It remains on your record forever.
Yeah.
That by removing that felony charge, maybe we can get more people who think they have HIV to come in and get tested for it. That was the stated reason.
It's still going to be on their record, you realize, because
But
it's a
that was
communicable
just
disease.
disproven. Why are you
Wait,
still
no.
saying
I'm sorry. When I'm talking about record, I meant
You're
felony
involved.
record. Why are you conflating these? I'm talking about felony record. They don't want a felony in their record, not just having HIV. So that was the stated. Now, maybe in the future, maybe this doesn't help at all, and we don't see an increase in people going to the hospital. In that case, maybe we reclassify it back to a felony. I don't know. I don't know if it's appropriate to have HIV classified as a felony and every other STD classified as a misdemeanor. That seems strange.
Transmission.
Yeah, you know,
I think it might be a
give
little
someone
bit
diseases and get a slap on the
Like
wrist.
having
it
an
might be a little bit
STD
dangerous
isn't
to
going
Bug
allow
to get you
chasing,
into
tactical
transmit
bug
STD.
chasing, bro.
But I mean, like making it like decriminalizing it from like a felony to a misdemeanor, like it depends on like what that really is going to do, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a data-driven answer. Yeah.
Exactly. And so you can't really look at it and say like this is some kind of a hidden agenda from the gay community. Because if
It's
it was
not
a
hidden agenda.
It's not a hidden
Jim
agenda, it's a pretty
just
open
came
one.
in here and
Okay,
told
so
you
it-
it was
it's a-
literally backed by the LGBT.
Okay,
Like,
calm
it
down.
can fucking come out with hashtags all over and you won't accept it. And then you accept it for like 5 seconds, then you just go back to what you're saying.
Okay.
Holy shit, you're dense. You just want to lean left no matter what you fucking do. Your assumptions will be on the
Brittany,
left no
can
matter
you
what they
calm
are. And that
down,
has shown
please?
throughout this whole conversation, even when you're
Can-
proven wrong.
Look, do you need to lay down? Just like calm down for a minute, okay? Relax.
She's right though.
You
She's
should
right
tell
though.
your
Like
buddy
you
over there
guys keep
to
going
relax,
back
Aspen,
to the
why
same
you
point.
want to go
It's
defend him
not-
again?
it's
No,
not
tell
that
your buddy
big of-
over there to relax
Why do
because
you
this
get
whole
so
thing he was
mad?
getting angry.
Like,
Because it's
if this is
frustrating.
the gay
This whole
community
shit
hidden
get a little
agenda,
bit
what is the gay
different.
community?
It's not about a hidden
agenda?
agenda, it's a
Passionate
very
about what I'm
open
talking
agenda.
Okay,
about.
if this
He's
is the gay
actually being
community open
stupid.
agenda, if it is the open agenda, what
It
would they
is.
get out of that?
Guys, they can fucking.
What?
I just told you they can go and fuck whoever they want without any consequences. Why would you not want that? Would you not want less laws?
There
against
are
it? Would you not
consequences.
want
It's still a
to-
misdemeanor,
No,
and they
there's-
can still
there's
sue you.
dangerous.
So there
It's
are
gonna
still
kill
consequences.
Nothing
One,
compared to what there was before. Don't even act like that.
it's different, yeah, and it's not as bad, yeah, but I don't really see how the gay community would have this big agenda that would potentially put more of them in harm's way. I mean, doesn't that seem a little bit counterproductive?
It is counterproductive. That's the thing. It's not well
Well,
thought
then
out
why do you think that they're doing it if it is counterproductive? Like, what makes you
Because
think
they-
that they're doing it?
because they thought it was bigoted against them. They're being politically
They-
correct, and people
So
don't
this is like
exactly
a okay.
think
So what you're
properly.
saying is that it was a political. They were doing it
Yes.
for basically political power, so they could
Right.
remove a law that they thought was designed to hold them down or something like that.
Correct, yeah, and that's exactly what the guy who wrote the bill
Right?
said.
I mean, that seems like.
Well, where did he say
Where
that?
did he
That
say?
they
Yeah,
ru-
that's a little bit. That's a lot.
well, that was in the
Jim had the
Jim
quote.
gave.
Well, where
Wait,
is the
you
quote?
wanna-
What
He
does
called
the quote say?
the law, the
And,
pre-existing
and
law.
also, I think Anthony
with
Weiner is
LGBT
more
people.
interested in like young girls.
No,
and
not, it's not, no,
not
it's
Weiner,
not,
dude.
It's not Anthony Weiner. It's Scott Weiner. He was the person.
Scott
who
Weiner.
It's
authored
actually
the bill.
Stephen Bono, but continue.
Okay.
Back to sleep, Tonka. Back to sleep, buddy.
Don't.
That's pretty funny.
I just don't really see like what they would really have to gain out of that. And also, like, the
Yeah,
argument
you don't
that,
see it, and I don't see it. Nobody sees it, but it's a political thing. Okay,
well,
people
if
don't
nobody
make the right
sees
calls.
it, maybe it's not real.
What?
So them putting hashtag LGBT is just not real, right?
Well, I mean,
It's
if you
just not
want to go
real.
through Twitter, you can
It's made
find
up.
people that think all kinds of stupid stuff.
What the
but
fuck are you
just
talking
because
about?
there's
We're
a few-
talking about the guy who wrote the goddamn bill. Like,
I was
how-
talking about the agenda of people as a whole, and then
Because
Brittany
it
was
goes
using
little by little.
hashtags
You
as an
push one little
example.
thing, and then you push another, and then you push another, and then you push
So
another.
this is
the
like,
next
oh,
step?
okay,
It's
yeah,
gonna get to
I
the
see what you're
point.
trying to say.
Yeah.
It's the-
I don't really see where pushing HIV to be decriminalized or not decriminalized, defelonized, is a step towards some sort of like gay world dominion, right? I mean, that
No
seems
one is arguing that.
Then what is
Only
it? What
you
is
are.
the next
That's
step? What are
kind
they
of- that's-
arguing towards?
that's what the assumption is, right? Is that this
No.
is one step closer to a sense of control. No, that's what Brittany kind of just said.
I don't
It
think
is.
so.
Is that
it's
not what you
pushing
just
a
said?
little bit and pushing a little bit
Okay,
more
yeah,
and
so
more
that
and
is
more
what you said.
because they
What is the end
are
goal,
by the
Brittany?
I feel oppressed thing, so they feel like this is
What's the end
another
goal,
right
Brittany?
for them because now they can freely spread their
Well,
disease
wait
if
a
they
second.
want
I mean,
to.
like, if
Not
they're
freely, I
oppressed,
should say,
like,
but
they're
like a
spreading it
misdemeanor, like
amongst
that's fucking
themselves.
like I said, that's
Well,
their
why,
thing.
why are we telling them what they can and can't do? If this
Oh
is
yeah,
a
we
problem,
should. Yeah, we can't
that's
tell them they can and can't do. They should be able to spread bugs to everyone. That's right. LGBTQWRTYKYS.
I don't know why she got brought in here.
Woo!
Fuck.
Well, do you see what I'm saying, right? It's like I don't want to have certain people going around and moderating and making laws around my life whenever they don't have to deal with the
Right, so
consequences
you
for
think it should be okay to spread bugs, is what you're saying.
No, when did I
So
say
we
that?
shouldn't. We should
You
not.
just said that.
No,
You
I
just
didn't.
said that because this law affects
This
other
is my
people.
life asthma goal,
People who
by the way, is
don't
dealing with these people.
People who don't ask for the bug, people who don't realize that the person they're having sex with has the bug, they're going to be affected by this. And because of the law, that person's going to be able to get away with it. Do you understand why it's a
Get
bad
away
law?
with it, dude. Okay, there's two things.
How do you
One, people
define
could have
get away
hold on.
with it?
Yeah, people could have did the same thing before. This could have been happening.
Yes, and they would have gone to jail for it before.
No,
Now they're
felony
just gonna
doesn't
have a
necessarily
misdemeanor.
mean you go to jail, Ian. You don't know anything about the U.S. legal system. How long
It
have
was
you
a
lived
fucking
here?
it's
felony before.
Slap on the
It
wrist,
doesn't
right?
matter. So
It
firstly,
was a felony before.
doesn't
Hello.
matter. There's no guarantee that they were getting prison
Yes,
time.
there's no guarantee, but there
No,
is
it's
a
not.
huge chance that they
There
would
might
go
be a
to jail.
chance. Okay, but misdemeanors can carry.
Now there's an even smaller, tinier
Misdemeanors
chance
can
that
carry.
nothing
But the
will happen to
big,
them.
if you were going to sue somebody, the big thing would be damages that you would pursue in civil court. That's still completely open. If somebody wants to
Yes,
take you
and
to court
now because
afterwards,
it's decriminalized, they can't really have a case now, can they?
wait, why can't you take somebody to civil court?
You
Tell
can
me.
sue somebody in civil court for anything.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, you
Move
can,
on to
but
another
it doesn't
topic.
mean that
You
you
have
have a
no
strong
doesn't mean
case
that
because
it'll
it's not a
stick,
fucking felony anymore.
Who
You get
cares?
it.
Whether or not something's
well,
a
just
felony
because
doesn't
something-
mean success in
People
court.
get this
every
guys,
single civil-
I care about people's fifis.
I can tell. What I was trying to say is that obviously you can take anybody to civil court for all kinds of stuff. Now, whether that, what happens with the judgment is up to the judge and the jury. So I don't really see what the point is of like making like what does that really have to do?
Decriminalize
If it's
everything. You know,
decriminalized,
just have everything
that
done in
doesn't
civil
have
court.
anything to do with it being
Nothing
a
is
civil
decriminalized. Don't know why you keep saying that.
No, like you're basically arguing for a system where nothing's a crime and everything's just handled through civil court.
Never
Well,
said that. Did I say that?
Well, if he was arguing for a system where nothing was a crime, then wouldn't he be arguing for decriminalizing it and not defelonizing it? Because
It's just one step in that
felon-
direction.
Yeah.
That's what he'll
Oh,
say.
Well, do you think that Destiny thinks that transmitting at STDs and HIV?
I don't know what he thinks. I only know what he says.
Okay,
Pretty
well,
easy
what do you
to
think?
figure out what I
Destiny?
think. I mean, spreading HIV is bad. The goal of this law is to get it so that less people spread HIV by making it so people aren't disincentivized from getting tested for it. That was the stated goal of the law. If that's how it pans out, right? And again, we agreed on this. It's a data-driven answer. If that's how it pans out, that more people who think they have HIV go and get tested for it because they're not going to face a felony charge in the future as a result of getting tested for it, then that's a positive. I would consider that a positive. Less people having HIV is always a good thing.
I should pull one of you. I should pull one of your fucking stunts. What fucking data? What data do they have to support that? Oh,
It's a
this
very
will
good
make
law.
them
I
want
don't
to go
think
to the
there is data yet.
doctor.
That's
and
why I
like,
said it's a
the
data-driven
idea.
going for it.
It's like I don't even
Mr.
entirely like.
Source.
I can see what the argument is for.
No,
both
I asked
sides.
him. No. I asked him.
What are you asking me?
Mr. Source, why don't you like you're talking about like, oh, if the data supports it and everything, which like you can't use that for every fucking thing in the world because
I know because
as
I
shown
love
by the
doing
two
data-driven
pressings
arguments. I'm
you've done
sorry.
that with,
dude.
everyone seems to unanimously agree that's fucked up. This is another case where it's fucked up. Where is your data to support this law? Because even if you pull up data to support this law, they clearly admitted what their fucking agenda was publicly.
Who clearly admitted?
The person that wrote the law, the person that authored the bill, tweeted that he was doing this to help alleviate discrimination against.
That's data. That's data that shows evidence that it'll do that. That guarantees me by them possibly spreading fucking AIDS.
Well, that wasn't what we were talking about.
Yeah, Brittany, I actually just gave something that supported your argument, but you were so triggered that you didn't even hear it.
Yeah.
You okay, buddy?
No, I'm crying because Donald blew me the fuck out.
You can pretend you're crying now, I guess, but
I mean, you don't.
Okay, so there's an actual study.
He needs the data as long as the data supports. There's no data backing up this fucking one. That's not what it's based off of.
No, right now it's based off of a legal loophole. We're trying to patch the legal loophole.
There's a study at a Rutgers School of Nursing that talks about gay men and the intentional pursuit of HIV, and there's a large,
Yeah, it's called like poison pilling or something like that. It's like a fetish, right, for like gay guys.
Yeah, it's poison. Yeah,
yeah.
They do
I
that.
don't really
They
think
basically
that.
get infected
I mean,
on
like, yeah,
purpose.
that's true and that's bad, and I think everybody agrees with that, right? And I think if you're doing it intentionally, I think that there's a difference, like doing it kind of unintentionally or without malice versus doing it with malice. I feel like if you are doing it with malice, I mean, that's kind of like that's a whole other different like level of things, right? You're doing something.
Yeah, unfortunately, the law doesn't see it that way. The law, like I said before, it's a hammer. It affects everything. It says that, now intentionally spreading it is fine.
Wow, if only there was a terminology for judges being able to exercise judgment at the time of, if only there was a word for that. Oh, fuck. Are there any lawyers?
Yeah, now they can't call it a felony.
Now
they can't call it a felony anymore.
Versus a misdemeanor where one is less than 1 year and one is more than 1 year? You mean that? Because the judge would only be able to do it based off of
there is like some discretion that people provide at every step.
Yeah.
I am.
Oh, wait, what? What were you saying? Wait, that exists as a concept? You mean judges are actually? Oh, wow.
The judge would not be able to rule it as a felony because it's a misdemeanor now in California.
Well, there are other felonies that could maybe be associated with that.
Yeah,
like
sure.
If you're
You could bring additional charges.
Yeah, there are other charges besides that. So, like, just because that isn't the charge that they're leveled with.
This guy will literally defend anything as long as it's pro people.
The irony of this is that the first time I've had two conversations with Asmongold before. The last one I had was when we were brought in on that Discord with Mitch or whatever. The one that we had before was arguing for like an hour and a half on Trump versus Hillary Clinton, and we didn't agree with a single thing there. We were completely at ends with each other. So this is the person that you think is like constantly sucking off all of my opinions, Brittany.
Well, he comes here to like help you once again.
Well,
I'm not for dogpiling on someone. I'm just saying it's good karma because you did the same thing.
That's all. I just feel like you're misrepresenting what he's saying.
So I'm just saying.
I never dogpile people, Brittany. That's why I'm always the one in here.
Where you need help,
of you guys. Brittany, can you show me where I've ever dragged one person into a call like this before, where I've got two friends that are gonna sit here and dogpile on every?
No, Dusty, but I can point out when you jumped into the fucking call where no one fucking invited your ass.
How did I get in here if no one invited me?
I'm not even really, like, I'm not just blindly agreeing.
I'm not talking about in here. You know I'm not talking about
I'm clarifying the argument
to
more
fucking
than anything.
that to get back to my original point. I don't like your shady fucking tactics. You're always shady.
Okay.
Always using
force people to talk to
I
me.
mean, if you want to get into like the sides and everything, aren't there like 3 or 4 other people in here that disagree with him? And I didn't even come
just like how in the other stream, there were all his friends, including you, against me.
Dude, Mitch invited me to that, and everybody disagreed with me until Asmongold got there.
I think a lot of people were sympathetic to
you. He's
your
a radical
argument.
centrist, bro.
Brittany, everybody disagreed with me there until Asmongold showed up.
Yeah,
Are you delusional?
I think that,
No, Dusty, they're your friends, and they tried to shut me up when I mentioned the 15-year-old thing that you admitted to. They were like, oh, whoa, and they tried to shut me up. They're on your side clearly because
I don't think we even talked about that last
time.
The 15-year-old thing?
Your friends. They know each other. You all know each other.
About
so don't come here complaining about people here against when you did the same thing. Don't throw stones in a glass house.
A long time ago, so in 2012, I was talking to a group of friends about how there's a lot of fucking jailbait in the esports community, and there was a chick that
to make you look good.
That's not in this conversation. The conversation's right here, and that's not what's in it.
And I showed the picture to the other guys in the chat, and I was like, these people are crazy. Like, holy shit, like this jailbait is insane. That was the
It's weird how you remember this shit so well now. It's just
yeah, because I
weird.
reread it now because you're like throwing it in my face for the past 2 fucking hours.
Yeah, because you fucking lied.
What does that really do? Like,
apparently I'm a pedophile that wants to fuck
children.
I don't know. Hold on. Destiny's friend, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Destiny's friend.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Jim. No, you can't do anything. Shut the fuck up. I'm not interested.
Well, what are you going to do?
Jim.
What do you have to say?
Jim.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Hey, I just want to watch you guys sped the fuck out. I mean, I'm enjoying the shit out of this.
Let him go.
So I just wanted to come in and see if we can get that fire stoked again a little bit here.
Oh yeah. Is this gonna be a video? Just curious, Jim. Is this one?
No, this is just my fucking entertainment while I have dinner.
Oh, this is just the afternoon today. Okay.
So the reason that they probably interrupted Brittany is because defaming other streamers, regardless of if it's true or not, is against the TOS of Twitch.
Oh my god, you're gonna pull that? You're gonna try to get me back? Oh my god, defame. He talked shit about me on stream when I wasn't there, and people were sending it to me. So I dare you to try something. I fucking dare you. I didn't defame anything.
What does that?
Real quick, wait, real
Does
quick.
that have anything to do with?
This is really important.
You're doing something.
This is really
Before Brittany, before you go into this,
I will not be
just so I can make sure that you understand what I'm saying.
I've said everything
you
that
do
has been
something
fact
for
and
me?
correct. So don't you even try that because you know I've been banned for 2 years. Don't you fucking try.
Are you done?
I will try me and I will take you down with me with facts that I have.
What?
Because one-way street.
Whoa, what? Relax.
He said shit to me first. on
Relax.
No, you want me to relax and you're really threatening my livelihood?
Wait,
You
how
wanna
am I
tell me to
threatening
fucking
you? What are you
relax?
talking
I'm
about?
not
I'm threatening
fucking
you.
relax once
How
you
am I
keep
threatening
trying
you?
to threaten me saying that's against the TOS.
Whoa.
Let's suck a Twitch admin's dick. Go.
Are you done?
Well, she
Okay,
punctuated her
so what I
sentence.
was trying to say, could you please like correctly articulate my argument just so I understand that you know what I'm talking about?
Uh-oh.
No, with you, it's always, do you know what you don't know what he's saying. You don't know what he's saying. That's always gets
Well,
pulled
yes,
up. And
I know
just,
that.
I
Don't you find
simply
that odd
disagree
that
and I
people
give my
always say that
reasons
to you?
why. And then when that happens, it's, oh, you just don't understand the argument.
Well, no, I'm not asking you if you understand it. I'm asking
No, now you
want
want to be Mr. Nice after you threaten my livelihood. Fuck you.
Right, and so,
No,
okay, so that's
no,
wrong.
Fuck you.
Do
I'm
wanna
not going
try
to be
again?
nice to you. You think I'm going to have a nice
don't
little
have to be
conversation
nice to
after you
me.
threaten my livelihood?
You just, but I would like you
Your
to be
buddy
correct.
Destiny over here talks shit about me and slanders me on his stream.
What does that have to do with what I just
even had
said?
a conversation
I
with
don't even like. What do you like? I don't have like an encyclopedia of everything that's happened in your life. I don't know what people have said.
No,
about
but you have an
other things.
encyclopedia apparently because you clearly
An encyclopedia of what?
right? You have an
What do
encyclopedia
I have
of
an
them, but now you
encyclopedia
don't.
of?
Now you don't. You want to fuck with my livelihood? Now you don't know anything.
Let me go ahead and just re-clarify something. I have no intention to quote fuck with your livelihood. I
No,
actually
like
have...
you want to pull up, oh, it's against the Twitch TOS. I'm not streaming on
Is it?
Twitch right now. I am on a YouTube stream. I am not on Twitch
Now,
right now.
if you want to use another
Firstly.
example of that, is that you are on a Twitch website, and there was another user recently that was banned for defaming
Oh
another
yeah,
streamer
just like,
on a
but
Twitch
I'm
website,
not threatening
even
you. I'm
though
not
they weren't
blackmailing
on
you.
their
I'm
own
just gonna
stream.
randomly drop
So
this
using
information.
that as an example is
Yeah,
actually
I bet that
very,
will look really good when you're just subtly threatening me on stream. I bet that'll look really good on your part too. Try me.
What am I threatening you with anyway?
So it's not threatening when you're sitting there saying this is against the Twitch TOS. Now that would be
No, I was saying it in regards to actually Mitch and not you, and that's why he asked you to stop talking about it.
TOS all the fucking time. He shows Ice Poseidon on stream. That's a banned streamer. He fucking shows him on his stream. He could get fucking banned for that ASAP.
Do you want
Why
actual
doesn't that
clarification
happen?
of that? Because
No,
I've
you wanna
actually
talk
talked to
breaking
Twitch
the
about that.
TOS. You want to go there?
Well, if I would want to go there, I would explain exactly why you're wrong. But if I was able to do that, you would just interrupt me. So what I'm trying to say is that the reason that they interrupted you in the previous conversation, whenever you started saying those things about Destiny, is they might not have wanted the liability of having their channel attacked and get actioned and not your own.
No, that's incorrect because the whole stream went by of us talking about that topic. But as soon as I mentioned when he does that, and he's the one who admitted to it.
Exactly, because do you know?
No, and
do
he
you know
admits
who
to it, but
someone
then when
named
he goes to speak
Groscore
over,
is?
suddenly it's, oh, hush, hush, Brittany, don't let them know. Don't let them know, Brittany. You better not
geez.
say that. Hush, hush. I won't hush, hush.
I can tell. But listen, do you know who Groscore is?
I know who girl score is. Why? What?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and guess what? Groscore threw an accusation with no evidence. Everything I've said has evidence behind it. Everything I've
He's
said
trying
Well,
to
do you
point
think
out
that
that
Twitch is
Groscore's
going-
and it has had evidence, and several
Groscore's
people
previous
have this
two
evidence
warnings
as
happened
well.
off-platform. I think is what he's getting at.
Yeah, Groscore.
So if you no.
used-
So you want to be Destiny's little fucking goon? Let Destiny do the threatening himself right fucking now.
This doesn't
I'm not
have anything to
threatening
do with
anybody,
Destiny. I'm just
No,
trying to
you want
explain
your
the
little
TOS
fucking
to you.
goon to come in here and threaten me.
You're
Try to
speaking
act
on
like
behalf
he's
of
not
Why
Destiny.
do you
He
think
just
that I'm
called out
threatening
on
you?
it. He wants to act
Brittany,
like a little bitch. How
Brittany,
about you
I've
step
been
up to
dealing
the
with
plate,
a-
you little
I've been
fucking
dealing
bitch?
with
Why do you
No,
think
come
I'm
talk
threatening
to
you?
me
I've been
right
dealing
now
with a
and threaten me
3-on-1
right
for
now,
like
Destiny.
2 hours, and I get
I
one
have-
guy in here that's not dogpiling me, and you're this
Over here
triggered? What the
taking
fuck is
shit
wrong
down.
with
You
you,
want to take
dude?
shit down? Come to me directly and talk to me. Stop being a pussy.
Come at me, bro. Can you just calm down?
No, and he's still not speaking. Go.
Can you
Yeah,
just-
you're shitting
No
us.
one can
Why do you
speak
have
over
to
you
get
right
mad?
now.
The Guardian has a
Put
pretty
yourself
good
in your
live
diaper.
chat. He
You
just said,
fucking actual baby Bonald.
and
Why
he's
do
making fun of Bex here. He says, or Zach, whatever his name is. He says, "I'm not threatening you, but let me just get you to shut up because you're saying too much about my favorite Twitch streamer. Doesn't matter if
No.
it's true."
Asmongold was
No,
explaining
I
why
was
Mitch
explaining
wanted
Mitch's
Yeah, I'm
actions.
explaining to you that
I was
Ghost
explaining
Horror
Mitch's
said something that
actions,
could have been true, but he had no evidence to back it. I have evidence to back everything I've said. I have not said anything that
God,
has
you're
not been
so
backed by
lost.
something Destiny has said. So if Destiny looks bad, it is on himself. So don't you go and try to threaten me.
What,
Because
what-
even if I get shut down Twitch,
Brittany, what evidence are you
I'll still
talking
be on
about?
YouTube.
About what Destiny? What are we talking about exactly? I'm
I
fucking
love child porn. I don't even know.
He's talking about
I
don't
things
even
that I've
know. I
said
was
that
just
I've
trying
Okay,
to
wait. Can I let me
I was
summarize this?
trying to
Let me
explain
summarize this real
that
quick.
I
Okay.
backed up
And
in the
then-
stream.
then
He's
you
saying
make
that
this
that's
about
slander
yourself.
when it's not. It's true, and I have evidence
Brittany,
for it.
Brittany isn't
Let
saying-
Brittany answer the fucking question, you little manlet fuck.
Which one is the manlet here? I've lost track of the manlets at this point.
Take a guess, Steve.
What a
Shut
Jesse,
the
you
fuck
fucking
up.
love
Yes,
about your
dude.
Is
height.
that directed at me or is that him?
I don't know. I thought he was talking to Brittany. But Ian and
If
Brittany
you
are
have
both
to
shorter than me.
question
I'm
whether
not
or
sure
not
if the
you're a
manlet is in
manlet,
here.
shut your fucking dick licker. Let her fucking finish.
Yeah, let her
That-
finish.
That's your mouth.
Okay,
That's
so
good, dude.
she was the
That's
he manlet. Okay, go ahead.
good, dude.
Okay, looks like she doesn't have anything to say.
That has been backed up by everything. And he's
Okay.
calling that everything
Brittany,
I've said that
you're
has been
missing
backed
the
up
point.
and stuff
Brittany,
that
Shut
finish.
up,
Jesus
Steve!
Christ.
literally titled him a pedo apologist, and he admitted it to it on the other stream.
Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
everything
Is this
I've
round
said
two?
has been
Yeah,
backed
holy
up.
shit.
Everything has been proven. Everyone here has been like, Destiny, is this true? Destiny, is this true? Did you? And you say yes, but okay, everything has been proven. It's not slander. It is true.
Brittany, what Asmongold is
It's not
saying is,
slander.
please
Okay,
shut the
you're
fuck
not
up.
even able-
Asmongold
can-
No,
is
you
saying-
shut the fuck up. You want
What?
to talk over me and tell me
Oh
to shut
my
the fuck
God.
up?
Can you
Bitch,
please,
you have to
Brittany,
look up to
can-
me when you talk. I'm gonna
Look,
be like,
can you do
I
one
can speak
thing?
over you in a literal sense.
Yes, we can all see that. Can you please
Bitch,
articulate?
he can't see past me.
Oh,
Brittany sees all sorts of things. Have you seen the eyes on that motherfucker?
wow. Okay.
Oh, but I thought you were anti-bullying people about how they look, Destiny. You made
How can you look her eye to eye without a fucking high chair?
Well, here's a pretty good comment by Kai Owen.
Your bullshit, Destiny.
And,
A fucking widescreen set.
Here's a pretty good comment from
You slid that motherfucker all the way up to
What's
180 on the
what's
fucking
the
character
comment?
creation screen.
It's 10 pounds. I'm pretty sure it's sarcastic. It says, "Brittany, shut the fuck up, cunt." Okay, the manlet is speaking. The manlet of the stream is in charge now. This child porn will speak. Will be shut down now, you cheeky whore. That's what he said.
Is that what you wanted to say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So anyway,
Steve, can you squeeze
what I
in a
was-
few more
what I
fake
was trying
laughs
to
at your
say
own jokes real
Is
quick?
that all I wanted you to do, Brittany, was just articulate what I was trying to say. And you keep misrepresenting what I'm trying to say.
Misrepresenting after you just subtly tried to threaten me because you're goon squad.
Okay, well, I just said that I wasn't trying to threaten you, and I have no intention.
No,
of
you
trying to
were.
do anything.
Yes, I'm pretty sure everyone here would agree that you were just.
Are you
trying
a
to
mind
threaten me.
reader?
You were just trying to throw the Twitch TOS in my face.
No,
Are
he
you
was
using
explaining
the
why
Twitch
Mitch
TOS?
wanted you off
Your
his
intention
stream.
Like, you wouldn't
So
He was
reference the
explaining
TOS
that-
unless
why
you're trying
is
to
this
Oh
relevant?
my god. He was explaining that Mitch wanted you off the stream because Mitch was afraid that the TOS would be violated. He's not threatening you. He's saying that Mitch didn't want you to talk about these on stream because he didn't want to jeopardize his stream. Because you might say that you have all the data to prove that I fuck kids or whatever, but Mitch doesn't know that.
It's not
Mitch,
data,
and
bitch.
Mitch-
you said it yourself.
and that
bitch
Mitch
ball.
doesn't
But
want to
can
risk
you see
his
the
stream.
argument that,
You
that
said it
Destiny's
yourself,
trying to
bitch
say?
ball. You're the one who came out and said you did it, and you're gonna tell me I should be
is
silent?
what I've been
No,
doing
you're
for
the
2
one
hours
who
Nobody
said
has
I will
said
not
that
be
you should be
don't-
silenced.
I did
Holy
not say
shit.
anything that was going to break the TOS. We went that
Mitch
whole
doesn't know that, Brittany. How can Mitch know that?
Nothing was
Do you
broken.
understand
Nothing on
somebody
my
being
end. It was
risk
broken.
adverse?
I didn't say anything that broke.
Okay.
Believe
Okay.
me, after being
So
banned,
by being risk
before I
adverse,
got
you shut a
banned, I
person
read the
down.
TOS like the back
It
of my
was on his
fucking
stream.
hand.
It's his right to
Wait, what were
broadcast
you
what he
saying
wants.
after being banned? What?
Yeah,
Brittany?
that's why he was the only one to go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Everyone in the fucking place just go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Shh, don't say
Yeah,
that.
that's because they didn't want
Even though
their
you're the
stream
one
to
who
be a
said
place
it.
for somebody
Alright,
to be
alright.
potentially defamed and have their
And
stream
he wants
get
me
in
to
trouble,
call
not
me,
yours.
just articulate it. Like me, so he can be any way he wants to. He can just say,
He can
and
be any way he
threaten me.
wants.
Until he
and
silences you.
imply that.
No,
It was
no,
on
that's-
another person's stream. He has the right to have whatever content he
He wants
wants.
to play nice with me suddenly. I'm not
I
gonna
could
play nice.
silence you right now in my stream by
I-
muting you. It's my right. It's my stream. Mitch
You can
wanted
mute,
you-
I-
no, you can mute me, but you're not gonna tell me to shush. You will not
I'm
tell
talking
me.
about telling you to shush. We're just saying that Mitch didn't want you to
I think that
on his stream because he was nervous that he would get a TOS violation.
I mean, because he's gotten in trouble before, and he doesn't want to get in trouble again. That's why he didn't want you to say that stuff. Like,
Oh yeah,
why
I'm
is that
sure
hard for
that's
you to
the reason.
understand?
That's it has to be the better reason, right? It can't be
Okay.
because they don't want
Well-
things getting out about Destiny, right? Because that's
Well,
his
I
dear
mean,
friend,
like-
right?
Do you
It has
think that
nothing
I'm
to do with that. It's like
Mitch
whoa,
isn't
whoa,
like
right?
best friends with Destiny. Like, they are friends, but
We're
as far as I
barely
know,
That has nothing to do with it, right? That has no bias.
And I don't think I've ever spoke to Greek one-on-one before. Like, do you think
it's
I'm
out
like
of the realm? It's out of the realm of possibilities that could be a possible reason, right? It has to be the
Holy
reason that
shit.
you're
Well,
saying. It has to be
it's
because
the
the
reason
TOS,
that
it's not
makes
him
sense,
threatening me,
right?
right? So it's just because of that, right? That's why you mentioned slander. That's why you threw in the word slander, because it was about that. There was no slander on Mitch's stream. There was zero fucking slander. You
Yeah,
brought
she's
in
just
that
quoting
word.
the stuff
No,
that you
no,
said.
no, like call you out on it. You want to act like that's not what you were doing because you're a
No,
pussy. I'm going to tell you what you were doing because I know what you were doing. You pulled out the word slander like I was saying something false, and I wasn't, and I have not. I
How
have
did
said
Mitch?
everything
How
that has
would
been
Mitch
backed
know
up.
that? How would Mitch know that?
So you bring in the word slander? You're just like
Well,
pulling
that's
shit out of your
because
ass.
that was his
perspective,
How would
Mitch,
Mitch
isn't it?
know?
It was his
How would Mitch
stream, and he
know?
made that
Now you
decision
wanna-
based
no,
on
now
the
you wanna
information that was
backtrack.
available.
Based on
to him.
the false
And that's
information
why-
that you
Own
gave
it.
him.
Own it. Own it.
Own what? What am I owning?
Own what you did. Don't come here and fucking lie.
What did I
Making
lie
false
about?
accusations.
He wants to sit here and say that he didn't mean anything by saying the word slander, that's not where he was going. It's pretty
Well,
clear
that's
where you were
because I
going
was
once you
talking
brought in the
about
word
it.
slander. It had nothing to do with Mitch's stream, so now you're trying to save your ass when you get called out.
What am I saving myself from?
You know, everybody in Tonka's chat is calling you Destiny's bitch right now.
Yeah, he is. He's Destiny's bitch.
It's like, is
He's
that
his
really
little girl. He does
what
his
you
whole
want to
thing.
be?
Destiny hasn't even had to talk this whole time because he
I
did
don't-
speak for him half the fucking
It's-
time.
So
pretty
I'm
fucking
not
sad,
really worried
dude.
about that. But anyway,
Notice how no
Well,
one's really spoken
about
for me.
that
and
because
I
you
just
don't have
spoke
any
for
nuts left.
myself. It's pretty
Feels
pathetic.
sad,
Two
bro.
grown-ass men can't do that.
Yeah. Like, I don't need someone else speaking for me, you know? Why does Destiny need you to speak for him?
I'm not speaking for Destiny. I was trying to explain something.
Oh, you're
Well,
trying
why-
to explain something. Okay.
Like, I don't. Yeah.
And he was involved in this. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about again.
Bitch, do you? You haven't even been talking because you're goon doing all
I
your
can't
fucking
talk
dirty
because you're
work. You
screaming
dirty
the
work,
whole
Destiny.
time like a fucking 6-year-old.
You're the height of one.
Why are you yelling?
I'm taller than you by like 5 inches. Why are you
Bitch,
even
you keep
using
lying
this
about
as
this.
an
inches?
insult?
I'm
What?
5'6".
Are you really that proud of being taller than a girl?
Are you
Taller than
6'?
the
I'm not
average
proud. I
female.
just don't know why
You
she's
literally
calling
just
me a
lied
manlet.
about
It
your
just
height
seems
again on
weird.
stream. Holy shit.
She's calling you a manlet because you're a manlet. You're fucking
He's
tiny,
lying
motherfucker.
about his height, dude.
Okay,
He
but her
literally
buddy
just
in here,
lied again
her
about
buddy in
his
here,
height.
Ian, is 1 inch shorter than me. Like, why is it so important to you guys to talk about my height all the time?
It's because you're little.
Seems important to you. You seem to block everyone that talks about it.
About to be a little guy that have a little brain.
Brainlet Bono, sit the fuck down. Booster
okay.
seat Bono, take a fucking seat.
I don't know why. Like, I mean, so I just wish that you'd understand what I was trying to say.
Yeah, and I just wish you would own up to what you do.
What do I do? What do I do, Brittany?
You forgot to tell him to laugh for you, by the way. So laughing for yourself, Destiny.
I'm sorry. Me and Addison are communicating on another
You
private
forgot to do
messaging
that.
program. I keep telling him I'm actually typing everything that I
Maybe
wanted to
that's
say.
how you feel
I
off too.
That's why my
disagree with
microphone was
Destiny
just
on a lot
muted.
of
I feed him
things.
lines.
Like, it's not like Destiny and I are like completely aligned. Like, I just want to come
Okay,
in
so
here
you
and-
came in here with no intentions of helping your friend Destiny, right? You came here with no intentions at all, right?
It wasn't
You're
really
not
about
associate-
helping
I have not
anyone.
seen you associate with a single person here. Okay, I could be wrong, but I have not seen you in
I
this
follow you on
at
Twitter.
all. I have not seen you associate with them at all. You're here because Destiny's here. That's how it is.
Yeah, but
I got
Brittany,
like
it's only
5
fair
people
that he
tweet
can
at me.
come in and do this. I mean, it has been you and I and against Destiny for the last like 2 hours.
Thanks, Jim. I
But the
appreciate
thing
it.
Oh,
is,
Jim, I didn't know you were against me.
But
What
the
the
thing
fuck?
is, Jim, he did this to me
Idiot.
in the last stream when I was trying to talk to another streamer because he had invited me on his stream, and then Destiny decides to crash it and come on when no one invited his
I
ass.
was
He goes
invited.
on
How do
the-
you think
no,
I
he
got
goes on the
there?
server, and then Circle Jerks with Asmongold over here that's talking, and he goes to Circle Jerks with his friends, and it's 4v1, and then he clipped it and called it a fucking debate and uploaded it on YouTube. So it's
Yep.
only fair. This is karma. This isn't us dogpiling on him. He did this to me.
I
It's-
didn't
Well,
dogpile you. I
Brittany,
was
you said that,
invited. Go ahead.
You,
sorry.
you said that, yeah, okay, Brittany, you keep saying, I don't know this Twitch shit, man. I don't follow this crap, but
Yeah.
you're like, so you were on somebody's stream talking about this shit. They told you
Right.
not to talk about it, right?
Well,
Why
what
not
happened?
host your-
Can I just
we
explain
were not
what
talking
happened?
about Destiny at all.
If Brittany
can-
stops
We were
talking for
talking
2
about a
seconds.
different
Can you
situation, and
allow me to
Destiny sees
explain
me
what
and he
happened?
decides to jump on, and then it turns into that
Brittany?
kerfuffle, and then it turns into a fucking 4v1, and then
Brittany,
he called
can
that a
you allow
debate.
me to
That's
explain what happened? Can you allow me
You'll
to
have
do
your
that?
own version of it, wouldn't you?
And you can interrupt me if I'm wrong. Is that okay?
That seems
Proceed.
Fair.
Okay. So basically, Brittany said that Destiny had a conversation or said something sexual towards or about a 15-year-old, and then Mitch Jones, the person whose stream it was on, interrupted her and told her not to talk about that. I said
But
that it
Destiny's
was.
the one that admitted to it. It wasn't really just me talking about it. Destiny was the one
Wasn't
that
just a claim.
he shushed me after Destiny answered.
Oh
He
my
didn't
God.
shush me while I was asking about it. He only shushed when it made Destiny look bad. That's where you're incorrect.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
so
and so
continue,
can I continue?
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
I believed that the reason that he told her to not talk about that was because Twitch has a very, very strong rule about not defaming other streamers and slandering them. Now, at that point, I don't think
It's
that
not
Mitch had
slander,
all of the
though.
information.
It's not slander if it's
Exactly,
true.
and that's what exactly. But at that point, I don't think Mitch had all of that information, and I'm almost certain that he didn't. So in order to be risk adverse, he asked her not to talk about that to not put his stream at risk.
That's untrue. That's false.
Okay.
Because if that were the case, he wouldn't have allowed me to ask a question and said not to talk about it then. He only did that after Destiny had answered.
So, Brittany, isn't the simplest solution to this then is just circumventing Mitch? Why don't you host your own Twitch stream and talk about it?
Yeah, I can.
She
Right?
didn't.
I'm
She
just
would have
talking
never.
about
She didn't
what
ever
had
want to talk to
happened
me
already.
one on one.
I'm
She was
saying,
always
like,
too
oh my
scared to
God,
do
it's
it.
gonna happen in the future. I'm
Well,
saying
no,
that's
I
what
just
had
mean like
happened.
just if you want to like talk about this and it's not slander and it's true.
Because the difference is,
your
Jim, Twitch, I've had to read Twitch's rules so much because I had been banned for 2 years. I read them like the back of my fucking hand before I had gotten banned and afterwards. So I have to know all the rules as a streamer because they tend to be like a little bit selective with certain streamers about breaking the rules. They sometimes have unfair treatment towards one streamer to another on what they'll let them get away with. Now, if I talk about Destiny on my stream, he'll try to claim that knowing the person he is doing the DMCA takedowns, he'll try to take down my stream. But if I'm communicating with him and I'm talking to him on stream, then that can't happen because it's not slander. It's a conversation. I am talking to him and he is talking back. That is why I can't necessarily do that.
Okay, Brittany, how about this? I've got a dead Twitch channel because I don't do any of this gay gaming shit. Why don't I just host it and you can say whatever the fuck you want on it? Because if they burn the channel down, I don't care.
No,
They
that's
still
You could still be liable by
how
proxy.
they work.
would
They
still
don't do it by
action her.
channel. They do it by person.
Yeah, they
Because
would
if
still
you
Your
try to-
platform
if you try
sounds
to
like
ban-
shit. I don't know
Well,
what
which is
to
why-
Hey,
If you try to ban invade, they'll just ban you again.
Yeah, what you
so.
just said is really important. You said the platform sounds like shit. A lot of people are scared about getting banned
Yeah,
for shit
oh,
like this. This is
and
why.
that's why Mitch
No, and
asked
I
her
agree
not
that
to
some
talk
people
about it.
are scared
And when me and
about
Brittany
getting banned, but they did it
yeah.
after you had
Please,
answered,
Brittany,
not
for
when I
2 minutes, just stop. When me and Brittany went on to talk about the child porn shit, the same argument that we're having now, there were a ton of times where Mitch interjected in that, where he's like, "Whoa, can you guys talk about this here? Whoa, I don't know if you guys should be talking."
Yeah,
about this.
he tried
Because,
to tone it down.
yeah, because he
Very,
was just
very
worried about his channel getting actioned by Twitch.
Exactly, and so there's
Right,
not
but it
even.
wasn't the shush until Destiny had admitted to it.
Well,
right?
it happened later on with things that were
It's
not related to
interesting, right?
Destiny 2. So I feel like all of that evidence, as well as the TOS and everything, makes me believe that it had nothing to do with Mitch trying to protect Destiny's reputation and more to do with Mitch trying to protect his own channel.
Really, so that's why it was everyone going like, "Oh no, shush, shush, shush."
Yeah, I
Pretty sure
didn't-
it wasn't even just
I
Jim.
definitely
I mean, not
disagree
Jim,
with your
uh,
assessment there.
Mitch,
Zach.
sorry.
Okay, how do you disagree with it?
Dude, he has there's no reason. He doesn't know anything about any
I
of us.
watched.
I mean, how do
I
you
watched the
disagree with
fucking
it?
thing, like,
Ah.
you
What
know,
makes you disagree?
Brittany explained everything, and then afterwards, everyone was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! You sound like fucking Crash Bandicoot, for God's sakes."
Is that what they said in the stream beforehand? Because I wasn't there beforehand. I'm just hearing this secondhand. Is that what they said during that stream? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, and so what happened?
I just explained what happened.
So she said some stuff, and then they said that she sounded like Crash Bandicoot. Is that right?
No. Oh my God! I was saying everybody sounded like everybody was telling her to shush.
Oh, okay. So people asked her to not talk about that.
Like after she'd asked the question, after she'd answered it, all that stuff. When all the facts are available, that's when they made her shut up.
What facts
Like,
were
it seemed
available?
like a fucking bullying session.
What
okay?
facts were available?
The chat log, for example.
Well, there wouldn't be a chat log because it was verbal. So what chat log are you
You guys are talking about two different things right now.
Yeah,
We're talking about two different things right now.
Sorry, I don't know.
Dude,
I'm not
like
sure.
you're so caught up in defending Destiny that you have no idea what you're talking about.
It's so sad that like Asmongold and me have no relation to one another. I make fun of Asmongold all the time for his videos.
I believe, I can't believe you, but the guy is sucking up to you.
You
right
have
now.
no
He's
relation to
He's
him,
just a
but did
neutral
you send
third
him
party
the link
that's
to
just
come
like
in?
observing
I'm
how
trying to
fucking
explain it.
Hold on, you
like-
have no association to him. Are you the one who invited him to come in?
I didn't even technically. I
People-
sent him the
people
link,
tweet
but
me a
Okay,
lot.
that's
yeah,
an invite.
people were
to come in.
tweeting.
You
People
are
were
associated.
tweeting
That's
it.
an
People were
invite.
tweeting it. People, shut the fuck up,
I don't
Tonka.
care. No,
People
you
were
shut the
tweeting at
fuck
him
up,
saying,
Steve.
Hey,
No, you shut
Asmongold,
the
you
fuck
should jump
up,
into the
Steve. You
conversation.
dishonest little
Hey,
pussy.
You should jump into
You
the conversation.
dishonest little
So, yeah,
pedophile
after that,
pussy.
I told Asmongold,
You
look,
dishonest
jump
little
in, I'll try to
pedophile
break it,
pussy.
And that's how he's here.
You
Why did
dishonest
Steve-
little fucking pedophile. Don't fucking talk over me, little man. Get in your
Hey,
high
my dude.
chair.
Back
Get
to
in
the
your
corner, my
fucking high
dude.
chair. No,
Back
get
to
in the high
sucking your
chair.
thumb, dude.
Get in the high chair, little man. Get in the whittle high chair. Get your fucking binky out. It's time to cry because you got busted fucking with little kids.
for Ian and Brittany
It's
too,
because
buddy,
you
or-
got busted fucking with little
You
kids
have actually
again.
fucking
You
with
got
little kids.
busted fucking with little
Steve,
kids.
sent him the link to join the chat.
See-
You are
Yeah, I did,
Like,
but it's not
real
like I didn't
quick.
go searching.
But-
I didn't go searching like, hey, Asmongold, can you come in
you're
and
not
help me?
fucking retarded.
Okay,
here,
then that's
okay?
an association to it, you fucking goof. Anyway, Jim,
Okay, well,
earlier
yeah,
he
so me and
directly
Asmongold,
lied to
who
your
are
face.
very
Shut your
heavily
fucking
associated.
cocksucker,
We're
Steve.
so heavily
Shut
associated.
your fucking
Asmongold, do you want to go
cocksucker,
raiding later
Steve.
tonight,
Steve,
dude? I'll
shut
get on
the
my
fuck
level
up.
70
Steve, shut the
Nighthawk
fuck
Paladin.
up. Steve, shut the fuck up. Jim, earlier he lied to your fucking face. Told you all this shit about how he had no idea about this 15-year-old girl. Couldn't remember a
I had
fucking
no
bit about it.
idea about her. What the fuck are you
Made
talking
up
about?
some bullshit
Who-
story. Made up an absolutely bullshit story that's now been proven to be 1,000,000,000% fucking false. Do you have any thoughts on that, Jim?
Wait,
Well,
Is
my
this-
thoughts on this were Asmongold, is that your name?
yeah, what's up?
Are you in the esports scene too, like Destiny?
I mean, not really. I just stream on Twitch. I
Okay.
make
Were you
YouTube
ever
videos,
involved
stream
with
them,
like
that's
Pro WoW or anything?
it. No, I suck.
Oh shit.
Okay. Can you give me any information? Because Destiny doesn't want to be the brave man forward to crack the
The
esports Weinstein
information-
story.
Yeah, Dorito Gate is
Uh,
apparently
about
serious.
Which
about
story?
apparently, because as he had claimed earlier, there seems to be a bit of a underage girl fucking going on in esports.
And he just
yeah,
can't
yeah.
sell
Well, I
them
mean,
alone.
I'm like, are you talking about like in regards to Destiny or like in general?
No, he said that esports was somewhat. I don't want to misquote here, but rife. With
A lot of that
a
shit
lot
that
of,
gets talked about
Destiny
behind.
said that?
Yeah.
You're saying I don't know. I have no idea. Like as I said, I don't really follow. Like I'm not like a really big Destiny fanboy or anything. Like I just came in here.
well, I don't think you
and-
are. I just didn't know if you were in esports. I didn't know if
No,
you'd heard
no, and
anything
I don't
about
know
it.
anything about that. I have nothing. I've been to like literally like 2 or 3 events ever. I
Do you
have
see a
no
lot
idea.
of kids when you go there?
I mean, actually, not really. Like the youngest kids, like I'm 27, right? So
Mhm.
like I'll think people who are like 18 might be like 15, right? Because I'm just like a pretty good amount older than they are. But
gotcha.
there actually aren't really that many very young people that go to those events, especially like the bigger ones, because a lot of those events are held in certain places, and you wouldn't really see kids that would be able to actually purchase a ticket and then have their parents come.
Did you ever go to any of the early MLGs, Asmongold?
No, I didn't.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
But like whenever I went to BlizzCon, and there were some like parents that kind of came up to me with their kid, and I like took a picture with their kid or something, and that was like one thing. But it wasn't like they were just kids roaming around. No.
Okay. Well,
it's
did
very
you ever
rare.
see like any kids getting like dragged off by a COD player to the bathroom?
Oh, thank God, no, I did not.
Okay, Steve, you need to come forward. We need the information. Children are in danger, Steve.
Don't worry, I'll
Well,
work on.
I'm sure that the scene has evolved in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah, this is
Obviously,
what I
like,
said. That it's way different than
what
it was
was
5 years
happening in
ago.
2017 is probably very different than what's happening in 2012 or whatever. But I mean, I'm
Well,
not
Steve
saying that
did
it's
say
really
it was a
happening or
changed
not
man.
happening. Do what? You said a what?
Well, Steve did say he was a changed man since 2012. He would do
Yeah,
that in
well-
2012, but never now.
Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
fuck
really
that
know.
thing
I have
all the
nothing to
time, dude,
do.
all the time. You got it,
I
man.
have nothing really to do with esports, those organizations. So I have no idea.
Most people who aren't fucking, Destiny aren't in esports, but that's neither here nor there.
So
Great
so you
great
think
point.
that
Good contribution,
Destiny is
Tonka.
like in esports because he's like dumb or something?
No, he's in esports.
Or esports is
because-
dumb?
No, it's because he's Destiny. That's why.
Oh, he's in esports because he's Destiny.
Yeah, because he's fucking 4'5", couldn't get
I
a
see.
woman his own fucking size, has to get a fucking high chair just to look Brittany in the fucking eyes to have this.
So for
goddamn
starters,
thing
on this
here.
conversation, this guy didn't
It's
know. the
Asmongold's
difference
got his
between
back, don't
between-
worry.
Between North and South Carolina. This
I
guy-
said-
Anyway,
I
I'm
said
gonna
they
head
were
out.
Yeah.
Hope you got your entertainment, Jim. I'm gonna head out. It's been fun blowing.
It's been
Oh,
fun,
yeah.
Brittany. Thanks. Thanks, buddy.
No, let me do what you did and
Yeah.
call you a little fucking man like
Yep.
you did. You tried
Do
to
it.
insult me before you left, right? Like a little.
Good job. Yeah, get your last word in. Go, go, go.
Like, get your
it?
little
Yep.
last insult in before
Nice
you
job.
leave. and I
Well,
can't
it was
reply
good
you.
talking to you,
Listening?
Brittany.
This should
I'm
be your
sorry.
tactic.
I'm sorry
Thanks,
that you
Brittany.
perceive me as somebody who like hates you, but I don't. Like, you don't need to get angry and hate me.
Then don't go defending him and denying what you do. Your intentions are kind of clear. And
I will defend ideas that I agree with, but that doesn't mean that. I'm
that's
agreeing
it's
with
okay to
you.
defend your ideas, but you don't need to. You can. He has his own mouth. He can speak
Bye,
for himself,
Brittany.
and you don't need to like threaten people
Well, I'm not threatening anybody, and I never would.
on a technicality. But
Uh, ultimately, yeah. Bye.
How's everybody doing here tonight? Are we having fun today?
I was enjoying the shit out of the stream for the last couple hours. It's fun stuff.
It's a fun stream, Steve.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna probably play XCOM or something, but this is more fun.
Jeez.
Ian? Is it Ian or Ian?
Ian, it's Ian. Yeah.
Ian, yeah. I mean, he did kind of blow you the fuck out there on your article.
I know.
Right? Like you have to admit that. I mean, that was
I do admit that. Yeah, I wrote the piece and I.
Wait, really? Because you just said that I got totally owned earlier.
Yeah, by
No,
Jim
before
here.
Jim came in, you said that you totally owned me on every topic.
Oh, he got you on a few.
I got you in a few. Yeah. Just not
I
that
won't
one.
push it. I don't.
Yeah, like just take the win on this one. Like
What's
I'm
weird,
willing to
weird
take-
though is that
Yeah.
Ian's willing to say that he did in fact lose, whereas your boy over here still trying
I
to
did-
hide.
I did have
Anytime
to
I
do
fuck
that,
up, dude,
yeah.
I will always admit fucking up. My whole life is on the internet. I can't not admit fucking up.
Cool. So what's
realize I
with the
can never get away-
pedophilia, Steve? What's with the pedophilia?
I'm not sure. I'm not a pedophile. I don't know.
I don't know. It looks that way to the outside observer, Steve. I don't know.
So because I
Yeah,
shared a
you don't
picture of a
know.
chick that I said, "Look at this hot jailbait," that makes me a
It's
pedophile.
weird, dude.
Look at this
Why would
hot
you do
jailbait.
Yeah, no, it's dumb. And I said it was dumb, and I wouldn't do it again, and I shouldn't. I
Jeez,
probably
Why the
shouldn't
fuck
have
would
done
you
it.
do
Christ,
that?
Steve.
Like seriously, like I mean,
Because we're
I'm
having
saying
fun
man to man,
like, why?
and I'm not talking man to manlet here. I'm saying man to man. Why would you do that? That's fucked up, dude.
Sure.
People do
Like-
fucked up stuff all the time. Like, I don't really like. I don't really want to.
People
judge
don't
on, like,
share fucking pictures of little 15-year-old girls all the
Yeah,
fucking
man.
time, brother. People don't do
Weird.
that.
Like, what do you think I'm agreeing with it?
I don't
Well, you
care
seem
if
like
you're
you're
agreeing with
defending
it. I don't care what you think. I don't know who the fuck you are.
Well, you responded to me, so it seems like you do care a
Well,
little
you're
bit.
speaking. What is he supposed to do?
Jesus, fuck these simple
I don't know.
goofs.
I would do what I've been doing with him, is
Simple
ignoring
fact.
him.
You've been responding to me too, you fucking goof. What are you doing? What
A
is this
couple of
game?
times on accident.
And you
you're
just
right.
did
You're
it again.
fucking.
You
Goof.
just
Wait,
did
what
it
did you
again.
just call him?
You just did it
fucking.
again.
Call him a goof.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear that last
goof?
consonant there.
No, he calls people goofs. That's what he does.
Okay, I
This
was
is
a little
thing.
worried there for a second. I thought I was
Oh,
in a
you
conversation with
you
racists.
should you shouldn't be worried, Steve. That's something you like to call people all the
besides,
time, isn't it?
he can't be racist. He's Native American, so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
only racist if it's in StarCraft, not League of Legends, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I said that before, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you
Nice
fucking
quote there,
goof.
dude. Nice
That's
quote
fucking
there, dude.
bizarre. Like, how do you come up with that rule where it's like it's okay if it's in one game but not in another?
I didn't say it was okay in one game or another. I was refuting a claim. Somebody said that
Oh,
I call
God.
people N-words all the time in StarCraft. I said, show me a log where I've called somebody.
No,
the
you
wrong
said to
StarCraft.
show where you did it. Jim, you've seen these screenshots. In
StarCraft,
your
in
opinion,
SC2
shut
or
the fuck up,
BW.
Steve. Shut the
Dude,
fuck
you
up.
got the
Shut
fucking
up.
name of your
No,
own
shut
fucking
up.
picture, you
Shut
dumb
up, bitch.
motherfucker. Are you
No,
serious?
No, you're the dumb
In your own
motherfucker saying
picture.
logs. There's
In
no
your
logs
own-
there. It
in your
doesn't say
own
logs.
picture.
There's no logs.
Oh, okay.
No logs. That's
I've
not
seen,
what's written
I've
there.
seen.
Does
seen
he owe the
screen
money,
caps.
Jim?
I think he called somebody a gook in a game.
No, he called somebody
yeah,
a nigger.
StarCraft 2. I did that a long
No, he
time
called
ago. Yep,
somebody
I
a
did.
nigger over here.
And,
Well,
and I saw a couple of comments on Twitter, not in StarCraft, calling a couple
And then in
of
my
black
own,
people
in my
Uncle
Destiny
Toms.
GG chat, yeah, my Destiny GG chat, I say tons of fucking shit. You can find tons of fucking shit I've said in there.
Yeah,
Racial
you
slurs.
called,
Yeah.
Patty
Okay,
Paul
so
that's
someone
Uncle
found
Tom.
It's important though, Tonka. That's not the bet that's important. Steve, you still owe a midget charity in the UK $1,000 fucking dollars. When are
What
you
do I
paying
owe a
that?
major charity for? What was this bet?
You asked somebody to find you a quote agreeing that you mentioned that you wanted to carpet bomb Mexico, and they
Jim,
fucking
I
found
never
it.
said we wanted to carpet
They
bomb Mexico.
found it, and
The
you
transcript
refused to
of
pay.
that conversation, it's so obvious. Come on, dude. Really?
No. See, this is what you do. You're like, find me a quote, and
Exactly.
then when they find it, you say it's sarcasm.
But there is no
you
quote
owe
where I
those
say,
midgets
okay, well,
that money.
If we
You
if we,
moved the
if we want to
goalpost,
be
dude.
like literal, I never said let's
You're
carpet
moving
bomb
the
Mexico.
goalposts. You're like,
I'm
no, it
not.
has to
You
be
said
this,
you wanted
or
to
it has
treat it
be
like
this.
Iraq. You said you wanted to treat it like Iraq. What happened in
Yeah,
carpet
literally-
bombs, you fucking
Did you listen-
retard?
Did you Whoa, calm down. Are you okay, buddy? Okay.
I'm just fine, little
If you
fella.
listen
I'm
to the
just fine.
context
I'm
of
not the one who's
conversation,
busted.
The conversation we were talking about is where we should direct our international or foreign efforts. And what I said was we spend all this time fucking around in the Middle East. Why wouldn't we look to our border to the south to see if we can, and I specifically said, if we can work with the Mexican government to do things like eradicating the cartels in Mexico. I never said we should go carpet bomb Mexico. That's a horrendous.
I specifically asked you carpet bombing. You're like, yeah, let's run. Yeah. You said let's run sorties over Mexico.
Possibly, but this was after I clarified that we'd be doing it working with the Mexican government.
So does the quote exist or not, little fella? Come on.
The quote fucking exists.
Bombing Mexico is ridiculous.
No one said anything about indiscriminate bombing, dude. Like,
does the quote exist or not, Steve?
The quote exists.
Yes or no?
Back to the corner. Back to the corner.
I do want to ask one other thing. Like, this is one thing I noticed with you. When we had a discussion about Mexico.
Yeah.
And I was bringing up the wall and using the locked door analogy. And you're like, no, we should give them financial aid, help them rebuild, maybe some military intervention with the Mexican government. And I'd said to you, it sounds like what you're telling me is if you just give people everything you have, they won't steal it from you. And then today, when you're talking about ethics and child pornography or whatever dumb shit you guys are going on about, you're like, well, if we give CP to pedophiles, they won't molest anybody. It seems like your approach to like social situations or criminal activities or even world politics is just pure appeasement.
Not really, because appeasement carries with it a different.
Neville Chamberlain here.
Let me know when you're done, buddy. Okay, Jesus, don't talk about anything related to history. You don't even have the current timeline correct. So when we talk about
Chamberlain, you're all about appeasement.
When we talk about dealing with people, typically I'm for ways of reducing bad things happening. Right, is looking at the ultimate effect. So, but economics itself isn't like a zero-sum game. So looking at your particular example, okay, when you talk about comparing giving people at the wall financial aid or whatever to giving people shit that come into your house, if somebody comes to your house and steals something from you, the act of them stealing is a bad thing. That we don't want to encourage that. The act of like building up another country financially is something that could be mutually beneficial in a lot of ways. I'm not saying that we should just siphon money off of taxpayers in the U.S. and throw it towards Mexico. The idea is that you would find some way to stimulate programs in Mexico that cause the economy itself to become more self-sustaining. Would be the idea.
This is like Rome or China saying, the easiest way to get the Mongols to stop raiding us is just to give them tributes of gold. How did that work out for them?
But giving somebody tributes of gold just to try to appease them so they don't come and like fucking rape your people.
Well, I'm sure they sold it to the Senate as something like, oh well, this is for them to build up infrastructure.
Yeah, but you're looking at a difference in motivation. I don't think Mexicans want to come and destroy the United States. I think most people in general just want to have like a happy, healthy family with opportunities available to them. The only outlet through which they can do that sometimes is they feel is illegally immigrating to the United States. So if you create
the average Mongol felt the same way about China and the wall.
But that's different. A Mongol or a Mongol, whatever the fuck, wanting to go and rape a Chinese person is something that we can classify as a moral wrong. We don't agree with you jumping aboard to go and rape someone.
Not all of them wanted to rape people. They just wanted the wealth that the Chinese had.
Okay, well, stealing from people are things that we would consider moral wrongs as well, right? But
we're not owing. So why does America owe?
No one's. It's not about owing somebody something. It's that if Mexico, and this is inarguable, if Mexico was as stable to the south of us as Canada was to the north of us, America would be better off for it. Mexico is one of our largest trading partners, and also one of our largest entryways into the U.S. of illegal immigrants. It would be good if Mexico had their shit together better than they do now. It would benefit us in terms of crime and terrorism.
Would you trust the current government to handle it that way? To be, if America gave them money, do you think they would suddenly stop being corrupt?
Why are you so one-dimensional about all of this?
Well,
it's not about
one-dimensional. I'm being realistic here.
Let me see if I can talk for more than 10 seconds.
I'm being extremely realistic here.
No, you're not.
Like, you're being optimistic. I'm being realistic.
So the idea isn't just that, like, well, let's just ship off $10 billion to Mexico. If you do that shit, it's probably gone to corruption in like 2
That's what Obama did, okay? Like, Obama gave that money to Iran, and then...
You don't know anything about the Iran deal. Please don't talk about it, okay?
Please. To North Korea. He gave them, what, $2-3 billion to build their infrastructure, and they started building the nuclear program. How do you think that works?
The idea would be that we would try to find targeted economic or political programs where we could funnel money into it to help Mexico become a stronger country. That would be the goal.
Yes, now, if those programs all going to go where you want it to go.
Okay. Well, if we just keep ignoring Mexico, we put up a big wall. All the immigrants are going to stop coming over. All right, there's your position.
Why the fuck do you think that America has to fucking fix up Mexico? Why are you so gung-ho on that?
Because it's part of our problem, whether you like it or not, my dude.
No, that's not our problem. That's a
when illegal immigrants come to our country and they commit crimes or they steal jobs or whatever the fuck, they take jobs at less than minimum wage. That's our problem.
Are we allowed to do something to illegal immigrants now? Can we keep them out? Are you cool with that?
Keeping out illegal? Yeah, we probably don't want illegal immigrants coming in here. Yeah,
okay,
it's probably a good thing.
And then the wall, what
the wall
was you
probably
mentioning
won't
about a
stop
wall?
illegal immigration.
Probably won't.
God, dude.
I don't know. I mean, like, maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. Depends on how it's guarded. Depends on if they have drones, etc.
How much money we want to throw at it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, besides that, there are a lot of things that
it would provide a lot of jobs to Americans, for one thing. Building
jobs
the wall,
is not an argument for
it.
a government program. That is not true. You do not create jobs for Americans by installing government programs.
Yeah, because you're taking tax money and
yeah,
you know,
and it's you could create any arbitrary government program and give people.
Sure,
jobs.
but you're arguing essentially that the money that goes to the wall should be given to Mexico. So what's the difference? Would you rather not give that money that's going to be spent anyway?
Let's say if we give it to Mexico, Mexico becomes a stronger country. We see returns on that in the form of less people.
Oh, just like North Korea is a stronger country.
I'm sorry, I didn't know we shared one of the largest borders in the world with North Korea.
$3 billion. Clinton gave them $3 billion, and guess what they did with it? They didn't build an infrastructure.
We share a border with North Korea, huh? That's crazy. I didn't know
you have
that.
to look at things from a more multi-dimensional perspective. Like,
that's
obviously,
impossible with these people.
Yeah, obviously, if they take the money and then they build a nuclear program, maybe that was a bad idea, and maybe that was done badly.
It was a horrible bad idea. Yeah.
But I don't know anything really about that, honestly, so I don't want to get into that too much. But just on base level,
same thing happened to Iran.
Do what?
Same thing happened to Iran.
Well, what I'm saying is
we didn't give Iran
just because one example of a bad deal isn't really proof that all deals are going to be bad.
What about two?
What, 2 deals? What was the second deal?
Obama?
He points to Iran? He thinks that Iran was a big. He probably believes in the uranium.
I thought we were talking about the same one.
No, I'm talking about 2 different issues here. I'm citing 2 examples. You're saying, oh, let's just take the billions of dollars and give it to Mexico.
Well,
why wouldn't it be a bad deal?
Whenever I said, whenever everybody says give the money to Mexico, and this isn't really something even that I'm agreeing with. I'm just saying.
Then why you're arguing for it? You know, that's Destiny's
because
argument.
Because you're misrepresenting the argument.
And you are his bitch boy. I get it.
Oh my God.
Well, Steve, in our conversation, okay, let's say we went with what you wanted to do. Let's be multidimensional about it. Let's say we gave billions of dollars to Mexico and it worked, right? Illegal immigration, maybe it's not gone, but it's decreased a lot.
Yeah, sure.
When I talked about building the wall, you said, well, it's infeasible. People could just take a plane over it. People could tunnel under it. People could take a boat. So what happens if all the Central and South American countries think, hey, shit, America just gave Mexico $1 billion to rebuild its shitty infrastructure. All we have to do is start shipping people to them like the Cubans did in the 80s, emptying fucking asylums and prisons. And we'll just ship them all over there until the Americans get tired and decide we're going to give you $1 billion too.
The implication here is that the government is choosing to make people leave. That's not what's happening in Mexico. I don't think a Latin American country could coordinate that type of effort.
That sounds pretty racist, Steve.
You're so stupid. Holy shit.
You're so stupid, Steve. Why can't the Latin Americans do that? Why can't Latin Americans do it?
Cuba did it in the 1980s. He just cited an example.
Cuba is also 90 miles away.
Yeah. And they came.
But it's a Latin American country. It's a Latin American country.
About boats and planes.
So
if the wall doesn't work to keep them out, I mean, and they can just come over in planes and boats.
Because getting an international flight is a lot harder from Latin America probably than into.
It wouldn't be an international flight.
Well, I mean, flying airplanes and flying private airplanes.
You fly low, so it's not international. What does that mean?
No, like you're talking about airports. We're talking about it.
Nobody's going to airports for this.
Do they fly?
Like, this is like, how do you
they hop on a bunch of drones?
How do you think El Chapo?
Why are you bullshitting?
Put drugs.
So
you know what's
basically,
being
Jim. The idea would be that
the idea is that
even
they would
people
funnel
from Latin America didn't want to illegally immigrate
through Mexico, go through the border, underground, like using whatever fucking methods they can to get in. It's not hard.
Even if people from Latin American countries did want to immigrate illegally to the United States, one is they would probably be heavily disincentivized because they would just illegally immigrate to Mexico, because Mexico would be an economic powerhouse where they could go and find jobs and do all the bad things or whatever illegals do in the United States. But two, that journey.
Mexico has a wall.
Oh, like
a
big
wall with the South, doesn't it?
Oh, well, then there you go. Well, then I guess Mexico doesn't have to worry about it.
Well, I guess the wall works, huh? We should build one.
What is the size of the border? What is that size of the border compared to the size of the U.S.-Mexican border?
You kind of walked into that, dude.
Fuck.
What is the difference in size between the border?
Take the L, little fella. Take the L.
Big deal.
No, I'm curious. Does anybody know?
Oh, I really want to make a height joke here, but I want to keep it on track. It feels like the easy way out. Okay, I get your point, but I just feel like you're incentivizing other nations to take advantage of that sort of generosity. I think building our own infrastructure would probably work. You say great works programs don't help the American economy, but FDR did this, post the Great Depression and during World War II, where we put Americans to work using taxpayer money to fucking restart.
He's very generous with other people's money, Jim.
Please stop. What I'm saying, first of all, I pay more taxes than you do, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up.
You don't know what I
other
fucking
people's
pay,
money.
you little
Shut the
bitch.
fuck
You
up
don't
with
pay
other people's
shit, little
money.
man.
Shut
You
the
don't
fuck
know
up
what
about
money
other
is,
people's
little
money,
man.
motherfucker.
You don't know
tell me
shit, little man.
Don't tell
You
me
don't know
shit.
shit,
My
little
money
man.
goes
Don't
over
don't talk
person,
about my
all
money,
right?
little fucker.
So,
I'll buy your little ass.
I can't use it and insult back at him, can I? Because it'd be I don't think I can say that.
You can try to insult me and laugh at your own little joke.
I can't go back.
I'll buy you and set you in a little fucking high chair, put a bib on you, and face fuck your little
You
ass.
found the one area that I can't attack you on because I'm an SJW libcuck, so I would never make that joke. Good job, dude. You got me. I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about. Something.
I didn't mean to blow you out so bad, wee fella.
No, you're talking about using money. So the reason why, in general, we don't use jobs as an argument for why you should start or not have a federal program is because you could take any arbitrary job. So, for instance, the government could say we're going to put a ton of people to work hugging trees, right? And then somebody says we're going to funnel $10 million or $10 billion into that program, and then somebody goes, okay, well, wait, why is that a good program? And you go, well, it creates jobs. That's technically true, but it's never an argument in favor of a program. When you talk about like FDR's programs and whatnot, a lot of that probably involved rebuilding infrastructure, things that you could make strong arguments for outside of the fact that you're just creating jobs. Just creating jobs using government money is not a good reason to create jobs. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, but they're not hugging trees. They're building monuments. They're building dams. In this case, it'd be building a wall.
Yeah, well, so the argument is whether or not
that protects America from crime.
So the argument is
from
whether
legal immigration.
So the argument is whether or not putting money towards that wall would actually stop immigration from the South, assuming that the conditions in
illegal immigration. Legal immigration is totally fine.
Okay.
There's a difference.
So the argument,
you love conflating illegal immigration with legal immigration.
I don't think that's really conflating it. But,
no, I know. It's just his thing, dude. It's just what he does. So the argument would be whether or not building a wall to the south would stop illegal. Thank you for correcting me, Ian. Would be stopping illegal immigration coming from Mexico into the United States. And I don't know if that's been demonstrated, firstly. And secondly, if any equivalent amount of money or even more money could be used to build Mexico into a stronger nation, that's things that would have demonstrable positive effects across the United States as well, because Mexico is such a huge trading partner with us. You could see that in the form of cheaper cars because we get like 20% of our manufacturing done in Mexico. You could see that in the form of cheaper food and cheaper, like there's a whole bunch of other benefits that we could glean from Mexico being a strong
nation. Do you not realize that the price of the cars would actually go up if they became a wealthier economy? Like they would charge more for the production of cars, and it would no longer be a cheap place to manufacture things.
True. Don't do. You don't want to do economic arguments.
Are there any other countries you think should take on the burden of every other country around them, Steve?
Yeah,
why is it
in general?
Why is it their responsibility?
Because it's our border and they're the country to the south of us. But in general, I would argue that, yeah, most countries should be concerned with the countries around them, whether you like it or not. And I know how much it triggers some of you guys.
I didn't
we
say
live
concern.
In a globalized
I said
world.
Give them money.
We live
I'm
in
not
a
talking about
globalized
concern.
world where we
giving
have
money.
to kind of take into account all the people around us because geopolitical issues are impacting everybody these days.
So
that's why in the United States in 2007, when our huge fucking CDO, MBS, all that bullshit blew up with the housing market, the entire world felt the economic impact of that. We're all kind of connected. So whether we like it or not, we all kind of have to look out for one another.
So who threw us money when that happened again?
We threw ourselves money. What do you mean?
We threw us money.
Okay. Yeah, we're the largest nation in the world. We can do that. Yeah.
Wait, but why doesn't anybody else throw them?
Because they can't afford as much as we can. This is why
we can afford it for them, but we need to work on ours.
Yeah, this is called being a compassionate human being. I know this is hard for you, okay? But somebody,
how generous you are with everyone else's money.
Somebody like me might be able to afford a slightly higher tax rate to pay for somebody like yours children when they go to school, because I know that you don't have as much money to pay for it. I'm okay with a higher personal tax rate because I can afford to pay a little bit more because I make as much money.
Whereas somebody like you might not be.
It's not a feels over reals. No, it has to do with margin. It has to do with marginal utility income. It has to do with there's a ton of different things. If you want to talk economics, we can get into there if you want, my dude.
I thought you were feels over reals with your compassion now.
No, I'm real. I'm reals over feels, my dude. The real,
my dude.
The real impact of
Jesus
compassion is that when you're
Christ.
compassionate towards other human beings, they tend to output more positively in society. You can
So
see this
is
in economic
compassion
impact.
a feel? Is compassion a feel? Can I get a quick poll of the people inside the room here? Jim, is
No,
compassion
compassion
a
has
feel?
nothing to do with a feel. It has to do with being concerned with how your fellow man.
Is compassion
Okay,
got
go
to do with feels, or is that
I mean,
get
I
a
can make
stat
all
on
of these
compassion?
arguments. I can make every argument I'm making.
Can we get a stat on
Minded, but go
compassion?
ahead.
Can we get a stat on compassion then,
Well,
Steve?
here's the thing: is there's an elemental.
I'm not talking
there's
to
a-
you. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?
Well, I thought you said you were polling the room.
I said Jim first. That would be the beginning of
You
the
didn't
room.
say Jim
Is your
first,
name
you said
Jim? Is your name Jim?
No, it's not.
Sit down, kid. Jim, is compassion something we have stats on?
We're doing just a purely numbers argument here. Destiny, you gonna do pure economics?
I mean, I can argue the
He's
economic point of
reels
view
over
for-
feels.
Yeah.
That's what he said. But his argument for this is compassion, my dude.
Well, go for it. Let's hear the economic argument.
So the economic argument is that countries that thrive around you tend to have higher production that you can take advantage of via trade. Is the argument, right? That if we had a country to the south of us that was more economically viable, that we could outsource different types of our production chains to them, that there's just a ton more interaction you get between countries that are more stable and more economically viable, I guess, or whatever, that you can't take advantage of if the countries have a lot more problems.
Okay, but isn't
this
that benefit
assumes-
usually generated from the status of the nation? I mean, even if we're not talking third world, we're talking second world. Lower wages, worse working conditions. You build the infrastructure up, you've created a first world power. Now they're not
they no
building
longer
cheaper
defend
cars
you.
for you.
Exactly.
I don't know.
They
That's
leave you to dust.
So that's a really interesting argument. I'm not entirely sure what would happen. I mean, as automated factories become more and more popular, it seems like we're moving really far away from just having like those manual labor jobs.
Yeah. So what's the point? You can just build it in America.
I'm sorry, we don't build automated factories in America. Those are being
But you
built in
can.
China. But then
Instead of outsourcing through Trump's policies, you'd be subsidizing American economies, rather than giving the money to some other fucking government.
So you want to pay more money for you want to pay $2,000 for a cell phone instead of like $800 or?
No, it wouldn't be the case because everything would be built in America. If America becomes a manufacturing center of the world, then it wouldn't have to depend on other countries.
So you think
Everything
that
would
the
be
labor
cheaper in
that we
America.
pay in America is going to be comparable to the labor we pay in China?
No,
Why don't
you'd
you
have automation. You'd have automation. You just said that. You just mentioned automation. I'm just
why
using
would-
your
okay,
example here.
if China can do it cheaper, why would we want to do it in the United States?
Because why would you want to help their economy when you can help your own? Because if you build their economy up,
Dog,
eventually
this
it's
is-
going to
I'm
become
sorry.
expensive.
It's okay. Listen, economics is. Repeat this a million times.
No.
No. You don't understand.
You're
Economics is not.
condescending again.
I'm condescending
Like,
because
the
you're
point is,
missing
if they
fundamental
become
economic
a
points.
first world country,
Please,
if they
dude.
become a first world country,
Economics
stuff
is not
that
a
we buy from them
zero-sum
is gonna
game.
be fucking
Economics is not
expensive.
a zero-sum game. Economics is not a zero-sum game. There are people that can benefit from your transactions, and you can benefit from those same transactions.
You're
So
neoliberal,
when we
I get it.
export parts of our supply chain, like our manufacturing, for instance, to China, we send a lot of dollars over to China for them to do our manufacturing. Now, somebody like you might go, oh no, we're building their country, blah, 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 blah. But now Chinese sit on a ton of US dollars. What do they do with all that USD? They bring it back to the United States and they invest in businesses and infrastructure here. This is how international global trade works. It's not just a simple, oh, we gave them money and it's gone. These are two-way exchanges. The phone that you spend $1,000 on doesn't cost $3,000 because we've exported part of the supply chain to another country that can handle that manufacturing at a cheaper rate than the United States can.
Yes, ideally, and then in a real
No,
world
not
situation,
ideally.
you have
In
Detroit.
practice. In
You have
practice.
Detroit. Hello, Detroit.
Yeah, manufacturing
that's
left
in
and right.
practice. Yeah, it got fucked. All
Yeah.
these people jobless. That's
Okay.
that's
So
globalization,
you
dude.
think every single person in the United States needs to pay more for a car to subsidize the existence of a city that couldn't modernize? Is that your argument?
I'm saying that outsourcing everything is not the solution here.
Okay, so typically, I'm a free market guy. Maybe you're a socialist or a communist, or you
No,
want to.
I'm a free market guy.
No, you're not. No, stop! Don't say that because what you just said is the most anti-free market thing in the world.
You're a fucking
You're talking
globalist.
about-
There's a difference.
No, I'm not. I'm talking markets, my dude. This is the beauty of the fucking free
Markets.
market. You modernize or
How
you
is it a
don't.
free market when China controls their own market? How is it a free market?
How is it a free market? How is it a free? If I
Controls
want to
the
build,
price of oil.
I want to get a car built. If I want to get a car,
Here's the fucking free market. You're not trading with free markets. You're
Oh my
trading
God.
with fucking rigged markets. It's not
Well,
a free
there's
market.
different
if we
rules.
trade, if we
America
trade
is
with a rigged
on
market,
loss
that's a
here.
benefit to our economy. If China wants to rig their market by subsidizing their industry, then American producers are the ones that are taking advantage of the Chinese government subsidizing their industry. If I can build a phone for $2,000 or I can get it shipped from China for $1,000 and their government is pouring money to that, I'm literally having China subsidize my product that I'm going to be selling to a consumer in the United States. These transactions are nowhere near as simple as you seem to think
Who won't
they
be able
are.
to afford it?
What?
Who won't be able to afford it because you won't have a job. So what's the point? You're making Chinese people rich. You're not making any Americans rich.
I don't know. Americans have had more access to things like luxury goods than they ever had in the history of the fucking mankind. We've had problems.
Free trade agreements have never benefited Americans. Okay, not the average American. It might have benefited some fucking American corporations, but
you can buy a phone right now that's manufactured in another country that's more powerful than computers that existed even like 10 years, even like maybe 7 or 8 years ago.
What's the point?
The point is that globalized practices have given us access to things in economics that weren't previously possible. The ability to export a supply chain to another country so that people can create our shit for so much cheaper than we ever could here to sell products that we would never be able to sell. That's an amazingly beautiful thing. That's the free market at work. The idea that you
are beautiful. Sweatshops are a beautiful thing,
nice.
Steve.
You know, those places don't even have standards.
Where do you think they worked at before the sweatshops?
That doesn't matter, Steve. You're the one who says it's beautiful. It's so beautiful, Steve. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, right?
Where did they work at?
Sweatshops are beautiful.
Where did they work at before the sweatshops?
You're stupid.
Where did they work at before the sweatshops?
People at the sweatshops. What about Americans? What about Americans?
Where did they work at before the sweatshops? They did fucking subsistence farming.
No.
Oh, no. Wait, what? Are we going to pretend that the average Chinese man was a software engineer?
No, go ahead and just say the sentence, Steve. Just say the sentence. Sweatshops are beautiful. This isn't even a good argument because you could still advocate for better conditions of workers being treated in other countries while also taking advantage of trade deals and whatnot being done in those countries. There's a specific word for it. I don't remember what it's called, but so like these aren't even mutually exclusive positions. China, if you you can Google it right now. We can have numbers based on it. Look at the median wages in China. Look at how much they've increased over the past 15, 20 years. It's fucking insane. So sweatshops are beautiful.
No, but they're better than subsistence farming, and they're leading to something better than sweatshops. That's the whole point.
So, but Steve, if they're not sweatshops, if they're not sweatshops anymore, and the workers are getting paid more because the standard of living is increased, because we invested in infrastructure instead of them subsidizing it, doesn't that in the end make our products we're importing from them more expensive?
I'm not sure. It's possible. Like, what would be the long-term, like the super long-term economic impact? I'm not sure. We haven't seen that yet.
That's the immediate economic impact.
It's not yours. Well, then why don't people just make their shit in the U.S., dude? You're totally out of your depth here. Please stop.
No, you're out of your fucking depth, and you're making shit up.
There's a question of what are the long-term economic impacts of anything. We've had this discussion recently amongst economists talking about things like things like GDP.
Americans still make shit in America. It's because of free trade agreements.
If a product costs more to make, you sell it for more, Steve. That's very simple.
You can thank Americans for that, for creating free trade zones all across the world. Like NAFTA.
Americans don't make things in America anymore.
In Mexico.
Americans don't make shit anymore.
We don't have standards.
It costs more for us to make it. That's why we don't make it anymore.
That's why it goes to sweatshops, Steve.
Because there's a lot of reasons. Americans have higher standards of living.
Suicide nets outside of them, Steve. Are suicide nets beautiful too?
Free trade agreements, it wouldn't be so expensive.
The people who did the subsistence farming, they didn't have to kill themselves. They just fucking starved to death, my dude. Please, fuck off.
My dude. You're the one who said that they're beautiful, you cringy little man.
I never said they were beautiful. I said that they were probably a necessary
You
step
said
to
it's
the next
beautiful.
thing.
You said it's beautiful. That was your word. Your word was it's beautiful.
Why do you always just say
Did you or did you not say it was beautiful, Steve? You said that it's beautiful.
It was a necessary step to the next stage.
No, you said it was beautiful. Don't lie. You said beautiful.
You just said that to yourself over and over, and then you told yourself that he said it.
You said it was beautiful. That was your wording, Steve.
Did you say that, Destiny?
I said free markets are beautiful. I don't think I said sweatshops.
No, you said that what we're able to do, because these places are willing to make these things for so cheap for us. Not using the word sweatshop, but anybody with half a brain knows that's what it is.
Sure, a lot of them are sweatshops.
Go ahead, say sweatshops are beautiful. Suicide nets, they're beautiful.
They're better than subsistence farming, and they're probably a step to the next.
No, okay, you keep saying it's not as badass. That's not what I'm asking.
Because
Tell me that that's beautiful.
One-dimensional, ultra fucking.
It's not one-dimensional.
Okay,
You're the retard who said that it's beautiful. You're the retard who said it's beautiful, Steve.
Why do you keep saying things that didn't happen?
Steve. You're the one who said it was beautiful.
I'm sorry, wait, real quick. Can I just answer Jim's question? So I don't know what the long-term longevity of this type of economic thing is. A lot of people have questions about for instance, when we run into things like the next big thing we're coming up to in the United States is going to be the automation of driving, which is an inevitability at this point. And that's going to impact one of the largest sectors of the the largest sector of employment in the US is automated trucks. And this is a huge conversation we've had in moving from a production economy, a manufacturing economy, to a service economy. And whether or not this is sustainable in the ultra long term, I don't know. That's a really hard question to ask. There's different paths forward for like how that could work. I don't know what the exact answer is. But
Beautiful indeed.
But the idea that
here's an actual statistic. Okay, here's a stat.
God. Oh yeah, hit me up with a stat.
Factory worker would need to work 60 hours a week for 6 months to afford an iPhone X.
Who does?
A Foxconn factory worker. You know, the people who make the iPhone. They'd have to work for 6 months.
I don't know.
I'm just pointing out it's a fucking sweatshop.
Well, it
is
a
sweatshop.
And the
what else do you want
there,
and you call it beautiful.
You're completely right about the suicide.
It's a horrifying thing. It's a horrifying prospect.
So wait. So what's your solution? We should just stop trading with them.
What does that have to do with us?
Nobody. You're the one who's saying it's this beautiful thing and championing
I'm saying
this
the free
bullshit.
market.
You're saying giving them jobs.
I like markets. You
guys
guys are anti-free market. Listen, ContraPoints just put up a great video on the evils of capitalism. If you want to watch her video on it, you can.
Jim, did anyone say this shit that he said that they're saying?
What? Yeah, you guys are arguing against the market.
You're
right
asking me to referee this. I got to call
You're
it
the only one here who's not in it.
Okay. Then if you want my honest answer, you guys said you wanted statistics and you wanted them to talk economics, not feels. So I don't care if they're throwing themselves off the building. Fuck it. He's talking economics.
No, definitely. But did he not say it was beautiful? It's beautiful.
That I literally didn't catch because it goes back to
because nobody said it.
Oh,
you just said it to yourself a bunch of times, and then you thought it was real.
Don't worry, it'll be clipped out.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Okay, Steve, if I clip that out and you use the word beautiful to describe this situation, would you be glad to give me that $1,000?
Sweatshops? If I said it, I misspoke. I don't think
No, you didn't use the word sweatshops. And no, don't say you misspoke. Okay. Are you willing to say
do you not care about what I think, or are you just trying to do... It's funny because people accuse me of doing this all the time. You've been playing gotcha moments for the whole stream. You seem like to not really care what I think at all.
I don't care what you think. I don't like you, and I didn't want to talk to you.
I'm glad. So if I said sweatshops are beautiful, I shouldn't have said that. I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think I said it, but if I did, I didn't mean to say that. The markets are beautiful, and I think that China's sweatshops now are better than the subsistence farming that existed before, and I think that evidence of a growing Chinese middle class means that it's probably headed in a very positive direction. That would be my whole statement. For China, well, and for the United States too, as we take advantage of, we can export more of our supply chain to them for them to do more manufacturing. They've got more services available. It's good for you as a consumer because now you have greater options for products that you can purchase from other countries as well. Like, yeah, I mean, there's.
It would be so much better if we could just enslave them and we get it real cheap, right, Steve?
None of these are involuntary transactions. I don't understand, but okay. Nice point, dude. Really good guy.
They're the only jobs that are available on the market. What's their
They're
option?
not the only jobs. If they want to, they could go back to subsistence farming like they were doing before. Why do you think they choose the sweatshops instead?
They don't do subsistence farming in those places
they
anymore.
Did before because they do manufacturing now. No shit.
No, I don't disagree with his economic point.
This is the whole foundational concept of comparative advantage, that some people can do things better than other people can. If you've got a country that excels in a certain thing, like the United States excels in things like software, that's why we have people like Amazon Web Hosting Services, and technology, that's why we have people like Intel and Apple and whatnot, then we should focus our economic resources on excelling in those things as well as we possibly can.
Why don't we throw some money at the sweatshop places?
And then we trade with them. If other countries like China are so much better at competing with us, or Mexico are better at competing with us in things like manufacturing, then why would we waste our money and resources here when other people can do it? Now, you can make arguments that certain parts of America lose out on this deal, which they absolutely do. People in West Virginia, people in Michigan got fucked when manufacturing left the United States. And this is something that the Democrats never talk about. And it's a huge problem. There are people that lose out on global trade. These people and the injustices, if you want to call them that, to these people have not been adequately addressed. That's why you have a hugely disgruntled
fucked by their own party.
Yeah,
yes.
This is why you have a hugely disgruntled base of people in the United States that were working some jobs that are no longer working them. However, the problem is that people like Trump promised to bring back manufacturing, where that's never going to happen. Economies don't move backwards. If we brought manufacturing back to the United States...
It's not about backwards or forwards, it's lateral.
There's no lateral movement. You're either moving forward or you're stagnating. If we brought manufacturing back to the United States, do you know who would get jobs at that point?
Elucidate on that one?
Sure. If we brought manufacturing back to the United States, the people getting the jobs would be software developers who are programming the robots. The people in Detroit, you think the guy that was working for the United Auto Workers making cars at $60 an hour, you think he's going to find that job working in a factory again? No, there's going to be a robot that replaces 150 of those guys with one software dev that's overlooking them. Those manufacturing jobs are never coming back. What we need to do is figure out how to take the people who have been fucked in the United States the most by these global policies, and we need to find some way to either retrain them or compensate them or do something so that their lives aren't fucked from the trade that all the rest of the United States is benefiting from.
You know, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I'm just citing like the economic consensus in the field. There's not much to disagree with.
Well, this has been fantastic. I have to jump. The yelling has stopped, so my interest is waning. Tonka?
Yeah.
You there?
I'm still.
You're hosting a stream with Andy for Harmful and V, yeah?
Well, V's pulling
Well,
out.
that's what I wanted to talk about. Listen, you know, Destiny was in here with a lot of people yelling at his ass, and he seemed to stay. He didn't run away. So V, if you're listening to this, don't be a fucking pussy, man. You got. It's just one dude you're going against. I mean, what the fuck? That's a bitch